We are live. What is going on this morning, everybody?
Good morning, good morning. Aloha.
What's good?
T-Lev, Eduardo, Bearish Bull, Ganit, LUP, Blades, Grey Wonder, Rex Cock, Jake, Joey, Anthony, Ryzen, Alex, Ferdy, Chum, Medine, Eric, the Kiwi, Gustavo, Fiva, Carl, Chappies, Byron, Andy's, Doinked, B-Toots, Janelle.
Hey, yeah, give him tongue tie, bro.
Joey, JB, JK. I only got coffee this morning. No bang, dude. I'm out, so fucking slacking. Chris B, Frito, Bearish Bull, Dave. I love that fucking movie, bro. Sharif, Patrick, Cool Farmer, Bill B, Tekken, Scott Galloway, the Crypto Chemist, Shep, Ape. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? Let me see some ones in the chat if everyone's ready to make this bread today.
Hey, morning, Andy.
And
Morning,
make this
Ian.
bread, I mean
morning,
manage
Dustin.
risk and stick to your trade plan. Yo, have you looked at the oil chart today, James?
Yeah, it's squeezed up.
It's mad. Yeah. It's gone mental. Eric Smith with the 5. Get some more bang. I will today, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Eric, I just want to say I appreciate it, man. I was watching, CF's thing yesterday after the stream was over when he was deep in that hole, and he took Brad's, trade, and then he was negative, and he got so pissed he turned the stream off. I saw you over there trolling, bro. I loved it. So thank you.
That's how you let a winner turn into a loser.
Exactly. That's prime example, you guys.
Well, he said he was going to do 12-hour stream, and then he just decided to cut it.
I heard you started to get a winning trade last night, 24 hours later, basically, or 12 hours later. But you know how much selling and buying and back and forth you'd probably have to do that.
Well, if you're in the Trade Pro Academy, you caught a bunch of wins, and the past 24 hours has been really good to the fucking trade bets, man. Really fucking good. So let's go.
69, 420, guys.
That's for you, James.
Hey, Bassam, sign up for the TPO Bootcamp, man. You'll find plenty of strategies in there, man.
You just got in along on XRP. I got in along on BTC not too long ago. Even when CFs wins, he's a loser.
I know, right?
Giltoss, what's up, man? How's it going? I kept asking, does anyone know how to start a sim account on Bybit?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Eric, we were
Also,
seeing some of the comments you were making. That was comedy.
I saw also other people, not just you guys, from the trade vets or the Citadel commenting over there, saying do you use a stop loss? You're an idiot. Dude, his mods are so fast to delete stuff. It's insane. I was just sitting there watching it as there are people that are a little bit of, they're woke in that chat, and they just they're so fast. All those Mr. Smiths are so fast, you guys.
I cut my finger open playing with swords.
That's insane.
Crypto chemist too over there.
So slack, Brad.
That's insane that
Jingle,
I got
what's up,
moderators
man?
that quick or stuff like that. It really does throw me off.
Hey, Jingles, just want to say big shout out, man. Thank you guys, you and Chappies, for working on the Go charting so much, you guys. If you guys haven't checked out Chappie's latest video over on Go charting, it's about a 15-minute video. He goes over how to set it up. It's pretty cool. You can have 4 windows in one chart. Pretty neat stuff. So looks like they're doing a lot of work on Go charting. So we might have to switch over one day if they make all these changes.
Yeah, so I got I bootlegged someone's chart. Let's see if it loads. Let's see. Uh-oh. Stay away from the light. I don't know why this one's not loading. Let me go charts is good. Let's give it some time, see if it loads up.
Anthony, how you doing, man? Are you new to the chat? If you're new, man, say what's up. So Exo charts, this is a web-based charting system that shows you time, price, opportunity. Time, price, opportunity is it's a floor style of trading. So it's the way that these pros will learn how to, or not learn, they'll use to trade the markets, right? It's not the flashiest thing you'll ever see. It's not an indicator or anything like that. So we're teaching people how to use TPO, which is time, price, opportunity. So if you want to learn more, man, go ahead and join the Discord. The link is in the description below, and we'd be happy to have you in there, man. We're also running a TPO bootcamp, so if you want to go check out the tradevets.com, we got classes over there. I think our July 5th and July 12th is already sold out. We might have some July 19th if you ask me about it. Definitely have the 26th left over, though. Terry, morning, man. Morning, Alex.
Playing swim with the whales and don't drown. Yeah. Yeah. So let's do a quick bang rush on that like button real quick. Can you share your EXO on Discord? Yeah, it's in there. I could share it again though, definitely.
Yeah, there's lots of templates in there, guys. So not just from Brad, but from other members as well. So go ahead and find one of those templates or find them all, try them out, and make your own. See which one you guys like.
Oh, here we go. Chappies and
Morning,
Jingles.
Ian.
I bootlegged
Morning,
your
Ryan.
guys' I bootlegged your guys' Go charts and made it into this.
Yeah, man.
It's not bad. The only thing is it seems like kind of slow, but it might just be kind of slow because I'm running EXO at the same time. I'm still messing with it. I did figure out how to get the delta to show up. It shows up in the middle when you have the profile expanded, but when you don't have the profile expanded, it shows up on the side, so it's not bad.
How to mark the value area.
The value area is marks automatically.
Is that Go charting right there?
No, this is EXO. Well, I was Go charting. Yeah, the one with the trade bets logo on the back is Go charting.
Gotcha.
If you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, it's lag.
So let's talk about yesterday after we got off the stream real quick, right? So yesterday after we got off the stream, we had taken the short. We had closed. Oh, where's my red pen? Gotta get my red pen out, like Chappie's. My principal pen. We had taken another short, right? We had closed our short, and I had said in the TPO trade room, if you guys are just in there, the TPO Bitcoin trade room, that I was looking for a long, right? And the reason I was looking for a long is because we have this balance zone that we all, came up with together, and we had put in a little bit of structure, right? And so I entered pretty much like right on the close of this H period, and then when this I opened up, and I just had one target, guys. My target was just back into the structure. I wasn't looking for this huge move that ended up happening. I had closed for profit right here, and so what I was looking for was just a run back into the structure, because we kind of peaked down below and then boom, we pop back up, right? And I know it kind of tossed a lot of you guys off, but the reason that I was looking for that is because of this. If we look back at the previous structure, right, of how Bitcoin acts, this is, kind of how it acts, right? And if you look at this, it acted the exact same way, right? So it traded sideways, it popped up a little bit, popped down, right? This was a little bit slower, but it popped down and then immediately popped straight back up, right back into the previous structure, right? And that's kind of the reason that I was looking for that little move, right? And then we had another long yesterday, and then the other. Oh my god, extra chart is starting to piss me off. Okay, here we are. The other long was just a break of the structure, and it hit the profit target number 1 both times, so you were able to actually play this play twice. So I'm pretty sure it was 80. Let me make sure so I don't give you guys any shite information. 862. That's where it was. Yeah, so it was right here. Yeah, so it was the break of J. So we had this bar open up. K broke out, A came down, but then B took us to our profit target, right? Our profit target 2 was just shy. It was the 143. It was like right here. So this one was just shy of that, right? And then, as we came back down, when we came back up above that same level, we hit the profit target 2 on the second try. So if you missed the first trade, waited, stayed patient, right? Jumped out, grabbed out your fidget spinner, gave it a little, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but gave it a little bit of that, and then, hit that second profit target. And then on the downside, the same trade, the trade that the aggressive short, worked out twice as well, just here and here. But the short that we were looking for all night, and the short that I was, really looking for, was the break of our lows, right? Because we've had, this area where we've just been above, right? So we have our balance on down here because we tested it, and then we just, barely peeked into it here. We barely, tipped. We played a little game called, just the tip right here. And then we had these singles down here. And then finally we just gave it a nice little breakdown, right? And that's what we were looking for. And it just, flushed right through. And the reason it flushes through like this is because it's a liquidation, right? You have all these people that are long from below that have been, slowly taking profit, right? And the market maker, built their position here, right? Takes it up, sells it, builds another position, sells it, and then what they're doing is they're building a short position up here, right? They're slowly bringing it up and then selling it on the way down, right? And that's what smart money does. They sell into strength, right? Because they know all these people are going to be buying, because everybody always, especially in crypto, wants to catch the knife, right? They want to buy, right? Like they're what was that, NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys? Come on, James.
I think that's NSYNC.
Is it
I think
NSYNC?
that's NSYNC.
I wouldn't even be
Yeah.
able to tell you, honestly.
You're too young,
Baby,
bro.
bye. Right? Somebody's got to be.
Oh,
old
I know
enough
that
to remember
song,
that.
yeah. I just don't know who.
I
Everybody
think you're
knows
listening
the
to. I think you're listening to BTS by that time.
Oh, hell no.
So,
Bro.
so
I mean, I
anyways,
do like hip-hop, though.
what's happening is as the market maker is moving this price down, we got all these people buying, right? Buying. But you can see, because we can't get up here to fill these single prints, right? We had this liquidation on the way down. There's single prints up here. Price comes up, fails, right? Great short. Price comes up again, can't make it back to the single prints. That's a sign, guys, right? Like I tell you guys, find these single prints and, wait for them to get filled or see if they're going to get filled. Oh, hang on a second, guys. I got to take a phone call. James, you take over for a second.
Yeah. Let me see here. Where you guys leave off that? I don't have his chart or is anything open, so let's see if there's any questions in the chat real quick. By the dip. Hey, if you guys just joining us, thank you. Welcome to Care. Welcome JL. Welcome Progressive Martian. Jens. Doint, what's going on, man? Who else in here? Is it Chris B? Hey, Scott. I'm team Backstreet Boys, I think, versus NSYNC. If I had to choose one. I quit playing games my heart. What's happening in ES Little Morning? Oh, sure. So looks like ES, you guys, people last night, they like to do this little thing called a look above and see what's up. So they peaked, they broke that high. They made a new high over 4,300. Looks like they broke it up to 4305. They left a poor high in W period, which is about 2 o'clock in the morning New York time. Took that right there, dropped it back down, made a low overnight for 285. So we have this range from last night that's 43.0575 down to 42.86. So expect to stay in that range. I expect us to retest the high. You guys have to remember yesterday was end of month, right, for June. So people want to make their portfolios look nice and clean for their, for their boss, for their people and all that stuff. So of course the markets are going to continue to go up. Okay, that's the one thing you guys have to understand about the end of months, you guys, especially end of quarters as well. Don't be shorting a market at the end of the morning or end of the month or end of the quarter, you guys. People are trying to make their numbers look good, okay? And they'll do anything they need to bring these markets up as best they can, all right? Morning Demas, morning Ace, morning Ali, Greg Chavez, what's up, man? Trip Tone, hello. Andy, hello, man.
Yeah, I'm back.
Byron, what's going on? So yeah, that's your range, man, for the ES is 43.05 down to 42.86. Like I said, I expect to retest the top, man. And if we don't, we will probably. They already took a peek above last night. If we get back up there and we don't break above that 43.05, then we'll probably bust down and fail. But don't expect to go past that overnight low.
Right, and so back to Bitcoin, what I was kind of talking about, right? So we had these single prints here, we have these single prints here, and this is a key.
Yeah, no worries.
This is a key, you guys, to tell you that there is no buying going on, right? Or there's not a lot of buying going on. If we're not seeing some of these single prints get filled, then you've got to be careful about the long side, especially right here, right? We got in a little bit lower than this. Was 34.130. So it's a little bit lower, like down here. But this would have been a pretty good. Let me turn this delta off. Oops. Oh man.
Yeah, man. We'll try to keep the cuss words down, bro. Being in the army, every other word out of my mouth used to be f this. So I'm trying to tone it down, man. But it's hard. But yeah, I see your chat, man. We'll try and keep it down, or put an earbud in, bro. And hello to Deer's boss if you're listening.
So when we pop up right here, right, and we go towards these singles, and don't hit these singles, this is a good spot. This is kind of like that setup that I was telling you about. This is a good spot to try a short, and your stop loss is just right in those singles. You see it come up, it doesn't fill, you take a fill right here. Your first target's going to be the low of structure, and then into the singles from the previous session, and your stop loss is just right into those singles. That way, if you get filled here and price reverses and starts to eat into those singles, you're out of the way in case of a liquidation on the upside, right? It's all about managing risk. Understand that you are going to take a loss, right? There's just no possibility to not ever take a loss. Just not realistic if that's how you think. Unless you've got this multi-billion dollar, multi-million dollar account. I mean, even a multi-million dollar account, you can still take some good losses. But if you've got like this $1 billion account and you're just gonna buy the dip forever, then that might be a little bit different. But that's a different situation, right?
Morning, David. Morning, John. Welcome.
So notice this morning, you could have had the same thing. It's just if we didn't fill these singles, came down, you try a short, your stop loss just goes above into the singles, right? I still kind of like this long. I feel like we had our down structure, we broke out, we kind of are holding this POC. The US Open is just kind of pushing us down, being negative, just like the US TV, right? Pretty much all bad news all the time. So we can, I think,
real quick, you guys,
catch a little bit.
How Brad was talking about yesterday, a larger size account does not make you a better trader. Well, here is that example. That's the guy from Archegos Capital, guys. He lost 20 billion in 2 days. Okay, he's the one that caused the S&P 500 single-handedly just to jump up and huge short squeeze. Okay, so it doesn't matter the size of your account. Okay, if you guys don't know how to trade, you're still gonna lose. All right, so this guy has $20 billion and lost horribly. All right. So just because you have a bigger size account does not mean you'll be a better trader. All right. So, just make sure you guys pay attention to that and make sure you guys understand that it's about learning the process, right? Not making the profits right away. So make sure you guys understand the process and how the market works. Otherwise, you're just going to be like this guy.
Exactly.
What a way to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't all his money anyways, but it was a lot of his
Exactly.
money. So,
Yeah.
and that's the thing is like, when you're playing with high volume like that and it's not your money, you're almost like, well, those guys just move the money around and your mate lost 3 mil the other day. Rough life. Dude, was it crypto? 3 mil in crypto, I mean? Like, if so, make sure you bring him over to the Citadel. Maybe we can help him out.
Who lost 3 million in crypto?
One of Crypto Chemist's mates.
Oh man.
I don't know if it was crypto, but
Yeah. That still must be kind of painful though.
oh yeah. You got to think about it. So I don't think about it as like, oh yeah, losing millions is painful, right? For me, I don't like to lose, $50.
I don't like to lose 50 cents, you guys.
Well, yeah, you're right. Okay, I don't like to lose any. I don't like to lose a penny. If I drop some change on the ground, I just pick it back up. I'm not one of those people.
Well, I don't throw change away, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. But
I think Brad would rather not lose 50 cents than make $500 the entire day, you guys.
I just fucking hate losing. I don't care what it is. I just hate it. You guys seen? I posted a picture when I went to the because I took my kids to the arcade yesterday, and naturally I set the high score on the basketball game, and then also hit the jackpot on one of these like lock type games. So
yeah, speaking of
tickets.
winning yesterday, me and Ferdy were playing Call of Duty, and TJ, if you're on right now, man, we were playing Call of Duty yesterday. We're going off, and then after TJ got off, man, we got into some gunfight. Whew. Dude, me and Ferdy were killing it until I think he got sleepy or I got sleepy. We got put in some bad servers and we just got mopped up. And I was like, you know what? He kept saying like one more win until he falls asleep. One more win. I was like, this is like what it's like to be in a bad trade. You guys just say like, I just need one win. Couldn't get a win for like 6 games straight.
Fiending, got a fiend, bro.
Luckily, that was just a game though.
You said we all know Brad loves that 50 cent. That's true, I do, man.
Brad is 50 Cent. You guys don't know, maybe don't know, but his kid's name is Curtis. So that tells you how much he likes 50 Cent. There you go. He's gonna name his next kid Vitamin Water, so watch out.
No, Formula 50.
Formula 50, yeah. They don't make that one anymore though. I think they just call it like something rain or something like that. Or is that the pomegranate one or something? I can't remember.
Not sure. Let's take a peek at some of these other ones. Someone said they entered a long on XRP.
I think that was Chappie's, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of doing that same thing. It's kind of stuck in this little upper range. XRP's been trading, pretty nice, honestly. Like it's been putting in like these ranges and then making its move.
Oh, Joey, man, thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Hey, glad you made money, bro. I'm glad. Hey, 1%, that's huge, bro. If you made that much, good job, man.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you.
And guys, don't forget we got 104 people streaming right now, so go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. Just close out the chat real quick if you're on mobile. Hit like, pop back into the chat. Also, don't forget to subscribe and also turn on post notifications, okay? So you guys get these alerts soon. Tank, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Also, if you guys are brand new, say what's up, you guys. We like to see, we've seen a couple new names in here already today. So go ahead and just say hi if you guys are brand new in the chat. If you guys are brand new, link to the Discord is in the description. Also, link to the website for our TPL Bootcamp is also in here. Solon Dennis, what's up, man? Are you new to the chat? I haven't seen that name before.
Just long BTC and ETH on the 4 hour. I'm out of the XRP moment. Got stopped. Oh, okay. It looks like
Dang,
ADA
that's right.
is still, still kind of, doing its own thing. So for those of you guys that don't like trading Bitcoin and want to trade something smaller, even just to practice on, ADA might be a nice one. New York Open usually drops price, right? From what I've seen, anyways. It really just depends, Try not to get a bias as far as what a certain open is going to do, right? A lot of times people say, the Asia session is going to drop the price. It has happened. But if we go back, I'm pretty sure Asia session dropped it there. But this one, Asia session gave us that old this pop lock and then drop and then popped again. So you don't want to get a bias. You just want to pay attention to the structure and just trade the market and trade the chart you see in front of you. That's the best way to go. VWAP got all messed up. Not XRP Whale says Link, XMR, and ETH. Let's take a peek at ETH. ETH has been a wild chart lately. Yeah, it's like not having any structure. It's just kind of like it's playing a little ping pong. Big sell orders coming through on Bitcoin right now.
Is it?
Yeah. I wonder if there's some more downside in here. Might be some more downside on all crypto. Let's see. We got a nice low right here. Let's mark these out. What am I on? I'm on ETC. I'm like, I wonder.
I think I found a new love with oil, man. I don't know what it is.
I'm about to short oil right now.
I'm already in. Just top in the B period.
Nice.
Quick little pop. Yeah, so I was saying, man, like overnight, the people in oil, they're not good at hiding their orders, man.
Maybe they just don't care.
Yeah, they really don't, man. They leave big size orders out on the bid and ask, and it's just like a magnet when you're trading that stuff. So, for those of you guys that are trading overnight, take a look at oil, because whoever's trading oil overnight, they don't know what they're doing. I took a short last night because I saw some single prints again, and sure enough, single prints filled to the T with a little bit of excess. So, it's easy trade, just reading market structure. This trade's about to get closed out right now, real quick. There we go.
I'm just going down around and kind of marking some levels that I'm looking at, guys. I want to see, this next setup for this next move. So I'm kind of, just figuring out where price is going to take us.
See, what I tell you last night, Crypto Chemist, about the price? What I say in there? 32.9 to 34. Where we at today? Get my Excel charts out. Template.
Clank, take a deep clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
Load.
I love oil. I love gold. Everyone remembers Austin Powers?
Surprisingly, I do remember that.
So you seen that dumbass movie but still haven't watched The Matrix?
Hey, bro.
And you guys might have to tell Bitcoin Brad to move over.
Go over to what?
No, last night I was talking to Crypto Chemist, and he was just saying like
Tomas.
how he was watching Crypto Face and whatnot, and he's like thinking like he's being muted in their chat and all that stuff. And he's like, Crypto Face is in a short and all that stuff. And I was like, I think we're gonna go down to 32.9, then back up to 34, and we went to 32.95.
Oh, for Bitcoin?
Yeah, overnight last night. This was at 10:30 my time, so about, I don't know, 6 hours ago. So the low put in last night was 32.95, then popped back up to 33.825. So we'll see if it breaks VWAP or not. You guys know me, I don't like going long, so.
Did CryptoFace stream again last night?
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh, was he still in the same position, or did he open a new one?
Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention to that. CryptoChem was telling me that he was finally in profit, I guess, last night. So about, like I said, 12 hours later.
Yeah, that's the shitty thing, guys. It's
And
like,
guess what, dude? We filled single prints to the T yesterday, last night in the market. That's why I was saying 32.9, because we literally filled single prints to the T in E period
oh yeah,
from a few sessions ago. Yep.
And that's the thing is like, there's for me, I'm not looking to kind of put you guys through that as far as, okay, I'm going to go short here. I'm going to take Bitcoin Brad's trade alert, and then I'm not going to take profit. I'm just going to hold until it keeps going down. Well, if you think about it, guys, right? We took the original short, which was this 34. Let's see, where was it? It was 34,589, right? And then CryptoFace took it a little bit lower because he got our alert a little bit late. Right, started his stream 3 hours later just so he could see that it was in profit before he started streaming again. We took profit, and then we caught this move up. I don't know why my pen decides to move like that. So we caught the ride down, took profit, took a move to go up, took profit, took 2 more moves to go up, took profit on both, took a move to go down, and then took another move to go down. Right, so why sit through all of this, right? Your account is just sitting in negative. If you're such a good trader, right, why would you sit through negative when you could make money the whole time? You know what I mean? And these are plays that I put out, based off of market structure. See, I don't know what's going on with this thing, guys. This thing just wants to be a big pen. These plays got put out, long before that 5:30 yesterday morning, right? So when price was here, right? And so it's just based off of previous market structure. I'm just looking back at this previous market structure. We have market structure here. We had some structure back here. We have our balance zone down here. That's all that I'm doing. I'm just putting the plays out based off of market structure, and just playing the plays, right? Catch a play, catch a play, catch a play, catch another one, catch it down. Like, it's the basically I'm just over here just kind of like building these stairs, and we have like one of those staircases that goes up and then goes down. We don't care which way the stairs go or where they go. We just care about walking on the stairs.
Chirp tone, I rarely go long, man. If I catch a long, it's for like 1 point. I pretty much go short, man.
I asked him the same thing.
The shorts are a lot faster if you can spot them. A lot of people don't like going short because they think stocks or Bitcoin is always supposed to go up. I've been squeezed before in a short, but that's part of just part of trading, right? But no, I like to primarily go short. I'll find a short setup in any market and take the short. It's just shorts usually happen a lot faster, and people don't recognize shorts, because people are always trying to go long, and by the dip they don't know where the right time is to go for a short. So if you look at my trade performance, my trade performance is probably like 80 to 90% of my trades are shorts. So I don't really like going long. And that's just my trading style. So
it's TPO.
I always have a habit of getting to longs too late.
Yeah, Scott, we can oh, Caesar, what's up, man? Yeah, the oil symbol for oil is CL.
Yeah, CL.
Yeah, we can do Scott, we can do some setups. Let's do some setups. Give me a
they
second.
come out with micro oil, Eric. Market Liberator. That's just a funny name, Liberator. It sounds like a, what's that? Is there called like a sex pillow called like the Liberator or something like that? I think. You used to see those in the back for like men's No, I think it used to be like on the back of these like men's fitness journals. You guys remember those magazines, right? Before the internet and stuff was like popular, before Instagram came a thing, you got all your workouts from Instagram and YouTube. There used to be like I'm pretty sure they still have men's fitness and whatnot, but yeah, at the very back it was like an ad. I think the ad was like for the Liberator, and it was like this like wedge sex pillow, like whatever this case was.
What the heck?
Yeah, you're too young, man. Like I said, chum waffle. So the big moves generally made on open. Yeah. So chum waffle, like we keep saying, Matt Flynn, what's up, man? So like we keep saying, your volume is when you're gonna be able to hide into the moves. Okay. So when the market opens here in the U.S., that's we as America, we dominate the global market pretty much. You guys, everything is done in U.S. dollar currency. Basically lead the way when it comes to the stock market and stuff like that. Okay, if the ES or the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq has a good day and there's good news, the whole world's pretty much gonna have a good day or good news. Sometimes the European Open will affect the U.S. Open. If there's some bad news and the stock market was down over there, it might affect us over here as well, but generally, for the most part, U.S. is the leader. And when it comes to the markets, when it comes to trading, so you'll have the best time, like the best open, the best closing during U.S. times. Okay, so if you guys are looking to trade, the best times to trade are U.S. market open to U.S. market close. All right, and it's not just being biased or anything like that. It's just when you'll have the most activity over anything. Okay, for those of you guys who are living in Japan or Europe and Germany or UK or something like that, you guys are actually trading like the Eurex, the FDAX, the stocks, the Nikkei, or anything like that. Trade your markets during the time you guys are open, right? I mean, that's why the exchange is open at the time. But if you guys are trying to trade Bitcoin or trade anything else, like around market time opens, and you guys can just look online, just look for spikes in time that are consistent over a long period of time, right? So if you guys open up TradingView, turn on a 30-minute chart, and just scroll back and have like 50 days, 60 days open, right? Okay, is that every Monday morning at 2 o'clock my time? Is that when the volume is up? You just have to do a little bit of research and see when you're getting these volume spikes, okay? And if those volume spikes are lining up with these certain opens, whether it's the Asia Open or the Euro Open or the Australian Open or whatever exchange you guys are nearby, then look at that kind of stuff, all right? Luis Rivera knows what I'm talking about. JL, you got one of those pillows, man? I think I might have one somewhere in the closet, man. It's a good pillow, right? Let's see here.
Dude,
Blood Diamond.
Taking a
Catch your finger open. It is. It made a new high again last night, right?
Okay, so if we want to get back into these trade setups, right? So the trade setup that I'm looking for Bitcoin to stay above the POC, right? See if we can get above here, run these stops, get above the VWAP, and close these singles. That's for the long side. And then for the downside, what I'd like to see is it would be an interesting, more aggressive short to try a break of these B lows around like this 375 area, right? To down to that 150, and then down to this 3300, and then break down. These are the levels below that I have marked. So you could try a little bit less aggressive here, look to get some profit here, and kind of push that on the way down. Catherine, I'm so lost after trading the market cipher. I'm having a hard time understanding TPO. So the thing about TPO is, right, there is a pretty decent learning curve. It's not just like you're just going to pick it up and then just know it. But once you start getting it down, it'll start clicking, right? So sometimes it takes a little bit longer for others, but don't get discouraged. Just stick with it, get that screen time, and then it'll start coming around. What was the other one someone wanted to look at? Let's see.
Yeah, also sign up for the bootcamp, Catherine. So you're gonna learn the most in that class, okay? You're not gonna be able to pick up all the stuff on the videos just because our intention is not to teach you guys on YouTube a complete class. You guys are able to pick up tidbits of information, which a lot of you guys in the chat already have. But this is not the right place for us to teach, right? So it's not a private setting. We can't get any small group time with you guys. So if you want to learn the TPO Bootcamp, click on the link below to the website. We have classes starting July 5th, but those are sold out. July 12th is sold out. And most of July 19th is sold out, at least on the website. I might have some slots myself, but July 26th is ready to open. The class is 1 week long. It's going to be Monday through Friday. It's going to be 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And, so come in the class. If you can't make it to the live class, which I highly suggest you come to the live class, but if you can't, we'll have the classes recorded for you guys to watch, okay? Also, while we're in there, we promote, having someone, 897, what's up, man? Can you take a look at ETH? Janelle wants. We have a buddy system in there, right? So we're trying to teach you guys how to trade, right? Brad and I, we trade every morning together. He's my battle buddy when it comes to trading. Doesn't mean I always trade with him. Sometimes he doesn't wake up. Sometimes I don't wake up. So, it's just basically trying to someone to keep accountability, help you guys out, bounce ideas off of, right? So you guys are going to find all this in the TPO Bootcamp Discord. Only way in the TPO Bootcamp Discord is to, pay for the class. And that's where we're going to have a lot of the trade alerts and stuff being at you guys soon. Is going to be in the TPO Bootcamp. Because the whole point is when Brad puts a trade alert out is to understand the concepts of why he's putting these trades out. If you guys understand TPO, you're not going to understand why he's taking these entries, okay? So trade alerts are going to be in TPO Bootcamp soon, you guys.
Yeah, so for ETH, I'm it's kind of the same situation. I'd like to see let's see where my lines are at.
Yeah, Med, if you want to pay a token or something like that, hit up C130. He's in charge of the token wallets. Yeah.
I'll hit you guys up. Just send me a message. I'll put my Discord in the chat, guys. So if you guys are interested, just hit me up.
Yeah, so I kind of like it, to both sides. If we can break down, below this B level, you could try it, try to take some profit at 289, and then, below that.
C130 2020, you running for president, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm so glad that it was that. I'll never forget it.
I changed mine to 0300.
You can change the number.
Lloyd, if you want to pay in Doge, you trying to puff your chest, man. You a millionaire in Doge. You got a million Doge coins. You can pay in pretty much anything, man. Just recognize that if you guys, even if you're paying in US token, like US dollar token, there's still gonna be a burn fee for us, right? So expect to pay possibly a little bit more than $300 in just straight cash. Okay, so just be aware of that because these gas fees with these coins are wild.
Exactly. Like, guys, whenever you're gonna send the transaction, I'll get with you on the Discord. We'll talk, and then we'll go over the gas fees and stuff because they can fluctuate. So it's like
there's Venmo if you want to just pay straight 300, or there's we use credit card system, just Stripe through the website, so you have those options available to you as well. But just let us know. But just a heads up.
Thanks that we're C130 at. Nah, this is me, bro. This is my morning voice.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Is your computer working yet? Or are you still on the mobile?
No, I'm on my computer. I've been on my computer.
Okay. I was gonna say it's clean, bro. If that's your phone.
No, dude. Imagine. No. The breaker was.
Don't worry, guys. We'll fix my volume and all this stuff later. I'm being cheap right now, so I let Brad have all the nice stuff.
Hey, Brad, it's Tank, man. He hasn't been here for a minute, man.
What's up, Tank? How's it going?
Yeah. Tank used to be with us on the night streams every day, bro.
Yeah, man, we had that bot attack, bro. He was in there.
Yeah, he was.
He survived. We gotta get a t-shirt. I survived the bot attack.
Dude, that bot attack
we had
was wild.
that was wild. That
was it Pearl Harbor? Oh, hey, better to pay with PayPal. Yeah, Luis. Yeah. Somebody messaged 3 a.m. though, and the problem was that their country doesn't let them send money out like that. Yeah. So I do.
Yeah,
see
we don't.
In certain instances.
Yeah, we don't really want crypto, you guys. Even though this is all about crypto, just because the fees are insane. So it's you might, or just the swings are insane, right? So you might pay in Bitcoin today and it's worth 34,000, and then you look around, it's worth 25, right? So. And that's my price prediction for the future. 25,000 gap fill. Thank you.
Yeah, so there's that break of the B low. We ran the stops of H, and we came right down to the low of G, right?
Of course, Luis, man, of course.
And so
we watch boxing MMA.
We're looking for the break of the G, and then to take a little bit of profit at this 2089. Right, and then below that, there's 2069 to let our runner run. If we can get down there.
Is BTC dropping like a rock?
Not like a rock, but it is dropping. Oil's dropping like a rock though.
Yeah. It'll catch a nice bid over there at 74.9. Pop back up. You have a huge buying imbalance right there, right before you get to 75. Huge buying balances between 74 and 74.30.
I just have my runner left, so.
Stop filled.
Yeah, not too bad. That was a pretty good short on oil right there.
I
shorted.
Hold your breath.
Yeah, I shorted from like the low of A. So I shorted.
Oh,
the
love it,
break of
nice
A.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I got 2 pieces in between there. Where'd you close it out at? 75?
I closed my last one out like at 75.12, and then I closed one
Nice.
out at 75 flat.
Nice. Yeah, I just took cool, short little pops in there. I think maybe like I took 75.12. Yeah, 75.12 down to 75.01.
Nice.
I just like no. I think it's plenty. If we bust through all those buy imbalances, definitely spilling down. And we got this big support bid at 74.90, but that thing will just pop right through it. Definitely overextended in oil. That's why I say like oil is just like it looks like such a nice trade. Just the shitty thing is the margin is so high.
You say goodbye, runner. Matt Flint.
Oh, you crypto hustle. Gotcha, Tank Emptier. Gotcha.
I still think it wants a downside. Bitcoin's kind of leading the charge on the downside too. What are you guys using to trade other markets like oil? We're using Ninja Trader.
Yeah. See what we got here. Do you have your oil chart open, or are you still on Bitcoin? Are you still on Bitcoin?
I could open my oil chart though. I'm gonna get filter here in the low B. I have a limit in.
Limit to go long?
Classic. Yeah. Long a market that's one time framing down. Guys, can we
Game Pass C just a little bit?
Can we get 111 watching? Let's run those likes up. Let's bang that like button. Oh, Matt Flint, yeah, the stop field, yeah, that was my runner, yeah.
Also, you guys, if you guys are
on Ninja Trader, so he knows the sounds of depression.
Also, you guys, if you guys are brand new, please go ahead and say hello. You know, we'd like to say hi to you guys. We'd like to see who's new here, who's watching. You know, we know there's a lot of stuff in here that we're talking about that you guys will understand as well, but we'll do our best to explain to you guys. And if you guys want to, hop into the Discord, okay? Tony, yeah, we use TPO for every market, man. So it's a great tool. It's basically the foundation, the platform, you know, for everything that we're looking at is TPO.
The oil chart that we're looking at here.
And that's what I was saying before. Like I never traded oil until I started using TPO because you know, it's just like you don't understand what drives the market, right? There's oil reports, you know, there's gas prices, there's pumping, there's drilling, there's regulation, there's OPEC, there's all these different things that affect the price of oil, right? You have a lot of insider trading because these people that own oil companies are also trading as well, right? Long and shorts here, in someone he's here. You have a lot of stuff going on in the market, right? So it's hard to understand. If you're looking at this 1 minute chart, a 5 minute chart, it just gets to be too confusing, too fast, right? So if you just stick to a TPO chart, use a 30-minute time framing, that just starts building consistency. Also, a lot of professionals use TPO or 30-minute chart. So you guys want to kind of stay on the same time frame, right? And once you guys can stay on the same time frame and get consistent, you guys are going to see more plays being set up, right? Because when you bounce between the 1, the 5, and the 30, and an hour, and 4, and whatever other time frames you're using, you guys are kind of just looking for something, right? You're looking for that, crossover. You're looking for a signal. You're looking for whatever. That is the completely wrong way to chart, right? I looked at someone's trade analysis in our own Discord the other night. They had a 4-minute chart up, right? Completely wrong chart to look at. Never ever look at a 4-minute chart. Don't ever look at anything that's not a 1, a 5, a 15, a 30, a 4 hour, an hour, right? No one is looking at these these 3 minutes, these 4 minutes, these 12 minutes, any of these crazy numbers, you guys. So please do yourself a favor. Don't look at something that someone else is not looking at, right?
On Bitcoin.
If you guys don't understand something, the majority is always right. Okay, so if you guys are looking at things that the majority is not using, you guys already lost. Okay, so if you're not looking at if you're looking at a 3-minute, a 4-minute, a 10, whatever it's called, 12-minute, 24-minute, all these kind of crazy numbered time frames, you should just delete those time frames off your chart. Okay, you're already doing yourself a disservice by looking at these weird numbers because no one else is doing it. I can guarantee you that. All right. So make sure you guys are staying to normal time frames that are people looking at, right? There's no point of having a 33 EMA or whatever on your chart if no one's looking at 33 EMA. What is it going to show you? Okay, if you're going to stick to an EMA, use the same stuff that everyone else is using, right? Stick to your 200, your 50, your 10, your 20, whatever the case is. But don't be using these weird numbers because some YouTuber said to use it, right? The people on YouTube are complete idiots most of the times, you guys, all right? And it's insane that they have these enormous followings because they don't know shit, right? Sorry, dear, if your boss is still listening. So, if you guys are going to do something, just do what the majority is doing. At least you're going to be looking at the same charts as everyone else, right? Don't be pulling these crazy numbers out of your butt because some YouTuber said, oh, I'll use a 24-minute time frame, use a 3-minute, 4-minute. Nuts, insane, okay? Just because you can divide the number by a certain number doesn't make it, logical.
Somebody asked what we're using to see liquidity pools in the chart. So there's this thing called the depth map or the heat map, right? I don't really use it. I just turned it on just so you guys can see it, and it's showing you where the orders are at, right? It's showing you where the orders are at. Everything on the CME is traded through one exchange, so you get to see all of the orders. And so you can see this is what James was talking about, this big 305 order that's sitting on the 74.90. So basically what's happening here is probably the market makers just building a position, right? They're building a position, waiting to see if they're going to get some support. They'll move price up, they'll sell it, they'll move, and this bid will go away, right? They're just holding this bid in order to hold the market here so they can sell everything that they have, right? Looks like we're still getting some selling in Bitcoin.
And what I was saying about the oil being a little bit easier, guys, is this. You won't see this in the ES, all right? This is basically saying price will go to 74.9, okay? It's going to act like a big magnet, right? So big size is going to hold their position right there. The little people will sit in front of it, front run, absorb all this kind of stuff, take, onesies and twosies on the ticks here, make their money, right? And this big buyer is going to sit right there, wait to get filled, and they're going to do what they want to, right? Now that right there could be a take profit for somebody from a short, or that could be someone entering a brand new position. You don't know until you get there. But that's how you use these large orders in an order book, is to gauge where your distance is, right? If you scroll that chart in or zoom that chart out a little bit more, you'll see more depth lines, right? So if you scroll out, you'll see a big depth line at 74.60, which is about 30 cents underneath. So, after you hit that 74.90, that could be a potential next target area. And if you look at TPO, that right there basically is right around the bottom of B period from the previous day. So, this is how we're using TPO to trade these markets, you guys. And when you have these other tools, when you know how to trade, you can incorporate everything back into the TPO. All right. So, go back and answer a few questions real quick. I think Luis, who's asking NinjaTrader broker. Yes, so NinjaTrader is also the platform and their broker. They force you to use them as a broker because they're the one that own the software system, right? So if you guys want to trade NinjaTrader, it's only through NinjaTrader brokerage. They have 2 places you can put your money into: Phillip Capital and Dorman. And like I said before, we're not affiliated or sponsored by anybody here that we recommend. We just tell you guys what we use. Lucian says, how do you find liquidity pools in the chart? So liquidity basically are just like those bids that we're showing you guys, right? That's the order book. The way you guys see it in Bybit and Binance, it's a horrible looking book because it's bad. I've seen the way it's done before. It looks like a Robinhood chart, you guys. So find yourself a real brokerage if you can, to give you guys better data. And like what Brad was saying before, there's too many Bitcoin markets like Bybit, Binance, Bimex, Coinbase, and they're all showing you different data, right? The price on Bitcoin will never be the same on one of those exchanges. So the nice thing about CME is this one data pool that everybody gets from. So like I said, Bitcoin is like the wild, wild west. If you guys want to trade something with actual structure and real rules, you know, you might want to hop into the futures market or something like that, or traditional trading or options and whatnot. Because Bitcoin, they kind of just make it up as they go, you guys. That's why you guys are getting charged these crazy fees to market in, and you know, all this other kind of stuff that your exchanges are hitting you with. And I think one more question here. Um, are you trading full time? Yes, Brad trades full time, and that's going to be his job. He's getting out of the army about 20, 30 days, but he's been trading full time. He makes more money than he does in the army, so he's itching to get out, you guys. Let's see here. Doing good.
Yeah,
Yep,
July
yep, yep.
21st is my last day, but I haven't been to work. I haven't been like to the army work in like over a year, so.
What's the difference between using a broker and not using one?
Nice.
So you know, decentralized, you use a broker no matter what, right? So you just don't know who your broker is if you're using Bybit or Binance. That's probably them as your broker, okay? So a broker is basically the person that is the middleman between your money and the exchange. All right. So when you tell Bybit you want to buy something, Bybit is your broker actually. They're the broker and the exchange, okay? So Bybit is going, hey, this guy wants to buy Bitcoin at X price. They find a price for you, they make the trade for you, and they say, hey, now we're holding on to the position of this for you at this price. And you know, they're going to be the ones that control your account and liquidate you guys. So Bybit is your broker and they are your exchange. Next, let's try switching from BTC, ETH. The numbers on the right, it'd be the setting, Scott. So ask Brad about that one. But if you're on the template, he's saying when I'm on the exo charts and I switch from BTC to ETH or anything else, I can only see numbers on the right on the Bitcoin, not anything else. How do I see the numbers on the right?
Clank, clickety, clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was that?
He says when I'm on exo charts and I switch from BTC to ETH or anything else, I can only see the numbers on the right on BTC and not anything else. How do I see the numbers on the right?
You probably just need to refresh it. Here we go. So this short is working out on BTC and ETH. So you probably just need to refresh it. So when you switch to ETH, it might just be that it's not refreshed. That you just need to click that refresh button, and then it'll show these ETH numbers. And see, look, ETH busted that low already. So for those of you that took that short on ETH that we were talking about when that breakup B, you know, there's your profit targets, right? Your first one was that F low. Your second one was this 2069, like we talked about. So nailed it. Boom, right? Like Tank says. You've been using Bybit. Just click the reset bot. Okay. Happy Canada Day to all the Great White North people in the chat. Yeah.
Happy Canada Day, guys.
Who won the game last night, Andy? I didn't get to finish it. I fell asleep. ETH is front running. Yep. Yes, sir, it is. Now, Bitcoin's looking like it's going to get down there and break those lows too, so hopefully we can get paid on the break of these lows.
Yeah, the market has been
Try
wanting to
zooming
go
in. I
down.
thought the same thing. Oh, but yeah, it might just be you're just too zoomed out as well. Yeah. Yeah, and this is why we prepare to trade it, either way. Right? Now we have these single prints above and B, and what does that tell us if they don't close? That there is no buying. What do you guys think about Tank Davis? Don't know, bud. We'll go check. Montreal. Andy, you're from the Great White North and you're not watching the Canadians? The Suns, though? Yeah, the Suns. I'm glad. I actually really want Chris Paul to win the championship, man. He's such a good player. There is he deserves a championship, I think. Oh yeah, the England game is Saturday, right? Or is it Friday? I'll have to check that out. Definitely gonna watch that England game. Oh, Tank Davis the boxer. Oh, okay, yeah. You know, I haven't been watching boxing much. I used to watch boxing a lot, but I haven't been watching it much ever since, like, it just seems, like nobody likes to fight anymore. Everyone's trying to kind
Unless
of
you're Logan Paul.
hit that Mayweather. No. Logan Paul's a joke, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't watch the Habs or the hockey. Don't. Oh, you live around Montreal? Oh, okay. Oh, you live in the central coast of California? Oh, okay, nice. You probably live near me then. Where you live? Like Santa Cruz, Monterey, somewhere? Bitbeard, what's up, man? About to have to dial Elon, and it's Saturday Indies. Yeah, I'll make sure I'm on that. Boxing is rigged, yeah. It does seem that way. I think next weekend is Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, number 3. So yeah, boxing is becoming the next, and they're just basically creating. He's a Mayweather since he was young. It's basically they're basically just like, you know, creating all these fake weight classes. I remember when there used to be, you know, like 10, maybe 12 weight classes. Oh, you live in San Luis Obispo? Nice. It's nice down there. I was down there for some medical training like about a year ago. And on the East Shore, can you suggest some take profits? Minus 18. Let's see. ETH. So these are my take profits, chappies. So I had this 2069, 2066, 2060, 2040, and 2025. You had 2018? That is a ways away. Did you take some profit down here though? I'm sure you did. Dustin gonna beat up McGregor up? I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting. You know, McGregor looked like shit last time. He got his, you know, the shit kicked out of his leg, couldn't even walk, and then got, you know, knocked out. That's you know, that was interesting that that happened. So, oh, you lived in Monterey for 6 months. Got to stay at the Hilton. That's where I first met your wife. Nice. Monterey is super nice. It's expensive though. Yeah, there's 4 million weight classes now. Exactly. Yeah, because there used to be, like, when I used to box when I was younger, I used to fight at 153, which used to be like a legit weight class. And now there's like 153, 152, 151, 155, 154. It's like, you know, fuck. The thing about boxing though, at least when I was boxing, is it's a same day weigh-in. So like, you couldn't cut as much weight. You really had to be in better shape. You had to, you know, really lean out and focus on your diet. Whereas like when I used to do MMA, I would weigh, you know, like 170, 175, and then just like drain my body of water and get down to 155. And then look like, you know, a skeleton on the weigh-in, but you get 24 hours, so you just, you know, go back to your room, hit yourself with an IV. You know, I wasn't professional, so you can IV, and you know, the next day when you go to weigh in, you know, I'm back at like, you know, 170. So would this be considered halfback? Yeah, just about. Let's see where my halfback is at. Hello, can I click on this? There we go. Yeah, halfback's like right here. 80.5. Yeah, so we're not really seeing any responsive selling. interesting too. Oil is just kind of finding its own little zone. Oh, and one thing that I wanted to show you guys, right, was this. So if we get rid of this expanded text, let's turn these bars off for a second, and then go to the settings, take these session splits off, right? Look at take a look at what this profile looks like, right? And Bitcoin looks the same way, but look at this, these distributions, right? Whereas here we have this lower distribution, comes down here, finds value, here is kind of just like basically value all the way, but this one over the past 24 hours has basically just been, kind of like it can't it's like a little deer, right, that just was born and can't find its legs.
That sounds pretty rough.
Yeah, Chappies, the delay is pretty bad. It's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. Some MMA fighters will cut like 40-50 pounds. That my worst weight cut ever, I was like 7 pounds over 24 hours before weigh-ins, and so I was like, fuck, I'm gonna eat a steak, right? Because 7 pounds is 7 pounds. I could drop 7 pounds in a second. But I didn't account for all the salt, right? And that salt is gonna kind of make that water stick to you. So the next day I get in and I cut, and I'm like 2 pounds over, and I like cannot cut these last 2 pounds. I was basically dying. I was rubbing like Albaline all over my body, getting in the sauna, doing jumping jacks and shit like that. And it, oh my God, it was the worst. I wanted to, that was like one of the things where I was just like, this is just not worth it anymore. The significance of the periods getting bigger is basically just showing you that price is not accepted up here. People tried to buy right here and they got their asses handed to them, which is why we hit these single prints. And then down here it is getting a little bit more volume. So it will be interesting today to see, and you see the same thing kind of happened yesterday. And so what happened is we went up and then came back down, and now we're kind of like hitting this little Christmas tree pattern. So we came up, we put the star on top of the tree. Well, I messed that up. Oh, and again. There we go. We put the star on top of the tree, but then, we weren't tall enough to get, anything else on the Christmas tree, and, kind of fell back down to the bottom. Right. And this is, that's what's interesting about this profile, is the way that it's getting distributed to the downside. And so if we were to zoom out, there we go. And we see how we had this big upper distribution, and you see, we're kind of getting, we kind of tested, down into this is ETH, by the way, down to this distribution, and then you see there's just like kind of solid volume, back and forth. We just had kind of like this slow and steady grind up, and then got up here and haven't came back down since for the past 3 days. But now we're kind of peeking our head below, right? We broke that previous, the 2-day previous low. Now we're kind of getting down in here, and so now we look back and see where this distribution is at. We see we have this big distribution within this area. So this could be a big support area right here, this 2040 to 20 quarter around this area, to see if it's going to hold. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin like this. And see, Bitcoin is not as drastic. What's that? You got like a vacuum in the background of your house, or what?
Oh, my bad. It's my washing machine. I thought my mic was muted. Sorry.
It's not as drastic as ETH was, right? So we have this, volume put in down here, right? This point of control, kind of where we tested it to, and kind of like right where we're sitting at. So it'll be interesting to see if we put in, some more volume or, trade down into here. And so it's kind of interesting to see, crypto start to diverge from each other. Are there notable different similarities in trading ES and crypto? And do you guys trade stocks at all? The difference is just the amount of swings. Like, so crypto, not really all of crypto either, because a lot of crypto trades, pretty much exactly the same. Bitcoin tends to run stops on both sides. Bitcoin trades similar to the NASDAQ, right? And then we do trade stocks, options. Pretty much, anything that moves, we can trade it, right? And it's all TPO based. Once you learn the TPO, you can, conquer the world. So it's interesting to zoom out like this and kind of see, where our next balance zone is at, right? So if I had to put our next balance zone, I'd probably stick us like here where we're at, and let's make this one white. We know it's our balance zone. To here. Oops. Delete the second one. So this could be our new balance zone right here. If we get below it, right? I'd even drag this down a bit. Drag it like here. There we go. So that could be our balance zone to the downside. We're seeing F period open up and kind of try to push it up. The opens right here. Balance zone, check. With BTC, would we need a run through the single prints on the upside to create market structure for this session? Let me load the template that everyone's looking at back. We wouldn't necessarily need to run all of the single prints. It would be nice. So we have, some market structure here, and then we kind of have this lower structure down here. And so if we come up to here and don't keep going, that would be a decent spot. Like if you missed the original short, a decent spot to try it, and then, your stop goes there. And then, your target is the low of C, low of G. Can you explain the balance zone? So the balance zone is basically just an area that we're seeing that is where the asset that you're looking at is finding some balance, right? So if we get rid of all this stuff again real quick. If we take a look at ETH, right? Going to show us what's it doing. go. So what you're looking for when you're creating your balance zone is a place where a lot of volume has been done, right? So if you have some POCs that are lining up, right, that's a spot where, you know, you could probably find some balance. So what I like to do is, you know, take a point of control, which is where you have the most time spent at a single spot. And then we have another point of control here. And so this could act as our balance zone. You know, ETH is up, you know, way up here. But, you know, if we come down, you know, this could act as a good support. This 1974 to 2011, right? That's kind of what I would be looking for. You're looking for a place where the spot is going to be supported, right? So you see how we have all this volume from here to here, right? Good volume, you know, here to here, good volume here, good volume here, good volume here. That's this spot down here would act as another support, right? It's a big range, of course. But that's where you're talking about like a balance zone as far as like, you know, something like this. I mean, if it was a bunch of things like here, that's not really going to act as a balance zone, or like something like this, right? You have a low of this profile, you know, not a lot of volume. You do have volume in this one, but no volume here, right? Or no time here, no time here, no time here. So like this area, you know, you don't really expect price to get supported here. You would expect it to either get supported up a little bit higher where there's more volume, or get supported a little bit lower where there's more volume. James, you take over for a second. I get Curtis's insulin.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Let me see here real quick. What other questions do we have in here? Is there a leader like BTC? I'm not sure. Not sure, Demas, if you answer your question about is there a leader in the ES market or the futures market? So I mean, for stocks, you know, there's big players like you hear the FANG stocks, right? Like Apple and Facebook and who else is there? Netflix, Amazon, Google, right? So there's stocks like that that'll prop up the market, right? Especially in like the Dow. So like the Dow usually is like some bank stocks, Boeing, and the Nasdaq you have like, you know, Microsoft and Apple and things like that will prop up the market. So if a stock is having a really good day, yeah, it could potentially pull up the entire market. That's just something you have to watch out for. So like they have these things called heat maps, right? You can get an S&P 500 heat map, you can get a Dow heat map, a Nasdaq heat map, and it'll show you like how many sectors are red or green and all that stuff. And you know, it only takes one sector to be green to pull up the entire market. It only takes one sector to be red to pull down the entire market. So it depends on how much of that cap is weighted by those stocks, right, or that sector. So tech is a huge thing right now in Nasdaq. So tech, you know, or I mean, tech is basically Nasdaq, but you know, if Apple's having a great day, if Netflix is having a great day, it can just lift up the entire exchange, you guys. So, you know, it'll say the exchange is, you know, exchange is green, but you have to look at the other stocks too. Is like, is it just that one stock that's, you know, making the exchange green, or is it all these stocks that are going up too? And that's the other thing about volume, right? So like, you know, the exchange could be up, but you guys have to look at the rest of the stocks too, or is it the rest of the stocks that are supporting that, you know, that trend, or is it just one thing that's lifting them all up? If it's just one lifting them all up, it's just an outlier. So that's how you have to, you know, determine that kind of stuff. So same thing when you look at the ES market, you guys look at the Dow and the Nasdaq too. That's the NQ and the YM, and you know sometimes one of those markets will be leading. Usually the ES is a follower, right? Because it's a derivative of the two combined. So there's a lot of stocks from both markets in there. So that's how, you know, you'd correlate stuff, just like how Bitcoin is the leader in crypto, right? If Bitcoin goes up for the most part, everything else goes up. And if Bitcoin goes down for the most part, everything else goes down. JKJ, man, welcome. I got a lot of people here in the UK. So go ahead and join the Discord, man. We got a few people, like I said, from the UK here, so we appreciate you being here. Yeah, like I said, Demas, you need to have volume in. So if you're looking at a market and it's going up, make sure the rest of the stocks are going up too, and not just one stock. If it's just one stock going up, then that's an issue, right? So just like I said, one stock alone can pull up the entire market. So always look at volume, always look at correlations, because if just one is going up, that's an outlier. If all of them are going up, it's a trend, right? So just make sure you checking your bases, right? Don't get faked out by just one stock alone.
But Demas, also, focus on the TPO first before you start
Yeah,
adding all
exactly.
of these other things. Because if you don't understand market structure, when you start
Exactly.
adding, like the reason that we pumped up over 4,300 on the S&P right now is because there's a indicator out there that was showing that we were going up with the stock market, but not all of the stocks are participating in this rally. So what happens is a lot of these big institutions, mainly hedge funds, right? People that don't know what they're doing, or hedge funds are basically just like gamblers with a lot of money, right? And so they're shorting the shit out of the market, and then they get squeezed up, and they get that phone call and says, "Hello, X Capital. We need those shares back," and they have to sell or buy back those shares at a loss, and they get that margin call, and that's what's happening. And so until you're understanding market structure, and I'm not saying that they don't understand market structure, it's just that they're gamblers, right? So they understand market structure, and if market structure is, if we're, oh shit, whatever, if we're at a spot, right, let's say market structure looks just like this, right? You can't see any of this at this spot right here, right? And we know that there's a support zone below. We could make a bet if we were betting people to go up or down, right? And so let's say they make this huge bet to go down, and then price rips up. Well, up here, that's where they get that call saying, "Hey, we need those shares back." And so that's why I'm telling you guys, focus on the TPO and the market structure first. Like the heat maps and stuff like that, I don't even use that shit. James does, and James likes it. And if I ever need to see where the big bids are at, I say, "Hey James, where's the big bids on CL right now?" And he'll look over his chart and be like, "Oh, 74.90s where we have a big bid sitting," something like that. And that's why we all work as a team, and that's what will be nice about the live trade room, is because you guys will get to listen to me and James basically just trade. So it won't be, there won't be a lot of instruction. We will answer questions, but most of it will be us kind of scanning through the markets, looking for some good trades to put on, and going from there. Do you think we can start with the ES after the bootcamp? Definitely, Otto. I think after the bootcamp, you guys will be ready to trade pretty much anything, as long as the only thing that you still will need to work on after the TPO bootcamp is all of the additional things that we're talking about, like correlation, volume, heat map, the market auction, stuff like that, and then your psychology. That's pretty much what the big issue is. And James can tell you, right? That was his main thing. James is a great trader. It was just the psychology aspect of it that got him until he got that locked down. And now that he's got it locked down, I don't think James has had a red day, and I can't even remember how long.
It's been a while. I mean, might not make as much in one day, but haven't had a red day in a while. Yeah.
Right. And it was like, I just remember the day where he just had that that moment that he just, everything fell into place, and boom, he just started nailing everything to the wall, right? Having these great days. A couple weeks ago he had just an amazing week, and that's the goal, is just to get to that point where it doesn't matter what the chart is. You could block out the symbol. You don't need to know what the symbol is. I mean, it would be important to know the symbol just because you need to know the margin, what each point value is. But you could block out the symbol and just look at the chart and make a plan just from there.
Yeah, guys. So like Brad said before many times, we're here to trade for income, right? I'm not here to trade for to have the biggest P&L or anything like that. So goal for me is I gotta make at least $500 a month or $500 a day to make what I was making back in my old job and stuff like that, right? My physical day-to-day job. So goal is $500 a day. But like I said before, you just take what the market gives you, right? So some days it might be $1,000 day, other days might be a $200 day, but my average goal is $500 a day. Biggest problem I had before was trying to make $1 million in a day because you just see it on here, it's 24 hours a day, and you want to trade all day long, but that's how you get caught up. That's how you give profits back and whatnot. You overtrade. So just take some lessons from me, guys. Just set your certain times to trade. Like I said, if you want to be your own boss, you have to set limits and hours for yourself. You can't work 24 hours a day. You get burned out. So set yourself some times, whether you want to trade for an hour or two in the morning, hour into the afternoon, trade the lunch hour. Just pick the same times every single day that you guys want to trade, because usually those markets will trade similar for those hours. Okay. And then from there, set your goals, right? And in the beginning, your goal should just be maybe to make like 5 winning trades, in a day or something like that. And if you guys want to transition to the ES, I actually think a lot of you guys should, because and I'm not just pumping it because I trade the ES, but you guys are trading very small accounts on Bybit, Binance, right? And they're trying to make something out of nothing, right? And that's perfectly fine to do, but you guys are doing it in the wrong market. You guys are getting hit with all these crazy fees in these crypto markets. If you guys transitioned over to the futures market, then it's a lot easier to, you could theoretically double your account every single day. And last week that's something I did, and volatility is your friend, right? So this week there's not as much volatility. We're trading in a very tight range with about like 10 points a day, up and down, for space. You guys have defined, prices for ticks. Like I said here, it's $12.50 per tick. There's $50 in a point, so it's 4 ticks per point. It's a lot easier to figure out how much you need to make, right? If you want to make $500 a day, you need 10 points, right? And those 10 points can be 2 contracts on 5 points. It could be 1 contract on 10 points. You could get one whole move and just take 1 trade a day, right? So, the ES, the futures, is a much better market for you guys. It has rules. You guys aren't going to get taken for your entire account all at once. You guys can trade on the micros, which is kind of like the training wheels for the market. If you guys went from training or like on a bicycle, if you guys went from like just walking with the bike, then you went from getting on there with the training wheels, then you got there with your dad pushing you from behind or your mom pushing you from behind, then you started riding by yourself. That's kind of like what these markets are, right? You can get in here, you can get the screen time in, you can go in there, and then you can get the sim down, and then the sim down, you get your buttons down, then you're ready to take those training wheels off and just go for a ride. So if you have a bad day on the micros, you take a $20, maybe $50 loss max. If you have a bad day on the ES, you're taking a $200, $2,000 loss possibly, right? Depends on what you set your goals, your targets as. So think highly about switching to other markets, right? I'm not saying to stop trading Bitcoin altogether. I'm just saying once you learn TPO, you can trade any market. So now you have 10 other opportunities to trade, right? You guys can trade currency contracts, you guys can trade bond contracts, you guys can trade corn. Maybe you guys live in the farm somewhere, that the crops looking bad, so you want to trade corn, soybeans. You guys want to trade pigs, you guys want to trade cattle, you guys can trade water, you guys can trade a million things out there. There's oil, there's the FDAX, there's the Russell 2000. There's so many markets to trade, you guys. Yeah, you can trade ES through Fidelity. Tripton, you gotta have $12,000 per contract though. Usually in those places, because the margin is a lot higher. So that's really one reason why that we trade NinjaTrader, because you only need $500 per contract, and then if you're trading AMP futures, you need $400 per contract. So yeah, we can't wait for you guys to come in there. So we'll have ES on there. We'll have the Bitcoin on there, right? And we look at other markets too. If there's another market with better opportunity, we'll be looking at that as well. So once you guys get in here and you guys learn how to trade, you guys, like I said, trade any market. So, Bitcoin is exciting, has a lot of action to it, right? But there's some days where it just does nothing, right? There's other days where the ES does nothing too. So guys have plenty of tools to work with. Like, these are actually not even tools. Your tool is the TPO, and then your ammo would be like the markets, right? So you can trade different kind of different markets, based off the TPO. And exactly like Triptone said, it's going to be crawl, walk, then run, you guys. So can't wait to have you guys in the live trade room. Also, if you guys are in the live trade room, there's only like 150 of you guys, because we have classes sold out for July 5th, July 12th, the 19th, and then the 26th is starting to fill up. You guys are already locked in to paying $50 a month for the live trade room, okay? Actually probably gonna up those fees, and if you guys are in the TPO bootcamp for July, you're gonna be locked into $50 a month after December, okay? So don't worry about the price change or anything like that. But for you guys that haven't signed up for TPO Bootcamp and you're gonna come in there later, we're actually gonna raise the price of the live trade room. Okay, so I'm not sure what the price is gonna be yet, but we already have 150 people in there, so it's gonna be crowded, and so we want to make sure that the people, for the early adopters, the first people are taken care of. So for you guys that are in the live trade room starting August 2nd, that are already part of the July TPO class, you guys be $50 a month for life until you guys decide to quit. Okay? And we hope you guys don't quit, but we understand too that if you don't need us, it's perfectly fine because we've done our job.
And that's the best part, is being independent too.
Yeah, we don't want you guys to be reliant on us, right? We like you guys, we want to hang out with you guys, but if you guys don't need us, for a certain service, that's perfectly fine. That means we did our job, hopefully.
I would have started studying TPO 2 years ago instead of getting master's degree. James did both. He's a master of business.
Yeah, guys. If I just had my original plan when I was 18 to be a stockbroker, it'd be a lot better.
Look at that rally off the bottom.
12 years of trading. What I tell you? I told you guys last night. Oh, I told one person last night because we were just chatting, but I said we're probably gonna go down to, let's see. What did I say? 32.9 earlier in the chat, and then to him, and then I said back up to 34. I mean, just market structure.
That was a little loud. My bad. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can lower the volume so when it plays, or if I'll just mute the desktop audio before it plays. And then only I'll be able to hear it.
Demas, do you have headphones on, man?
I think there's a way too. I'll mess with the thing a little bit.
Go to your volume mixer. Try to go to your volume.
I can change it so it's just like the mic volume coming through, and not the actual desktop audio.
Oh no, but I'm saying you can go to volume mixer on your desktop, and then you can just turn down the volume for NinjaTrader.
Oh, okay. I'll do
that way it's not so loud, because I think your volume will play at the same volume outside as well. Should mimic. Should. All you guys met in the army or friends from board? Yeah, so Demas, so I've known Brad for let's see, 2010 till now, so that's 11 years. So I've known him for 11 years. If you guys ever been in the military, you guys know that you go from duty station to duty station, place to place, right? So for for us, I've kept in touch with him ever since he left Korea, and then he's probably one of the only people actually that keep in touch like on a daily basis, right? I've got a lot of good friends from the army, but don't keep up with them as much as I do with Brad, right? So he's probably he's definitely my best friend, because I mean, if you guys don't know, when you live together, you guys know someone's exact routine and habits. It's like it's a whole nother level, right? So if you guys have friends from high school that you thought were your best friend, and then you meet someone that you actually have to live with, and eat dinner with all the time, eat breakfast with, eat lunch, go exercise with, all this crazy stuff, right? And then basically it's like you got this huge relationship with somebody, and like the ins and outs of this person, and so he's definitely my best friend, you guys. Yeah. So a little sentimental, for you guys, but he's always bottom. So just let you guys know.
Hey, Poke, we are going to record the boot camp, so that way you guys are able to go back to it and, kind of rewatch it. So whatever boot camp that you guys are in, whatever session you guys are in, you guys will be able to go back through it, so you can go, if you're not able to soak it all in, because we're going to do 2-hour sessions every single day.
Eric, you bro.
We're going to do 2-hour sessions every single day, and then, that will be it. Long and short, say, can you do a psychology podcast type thing? James and I have been talking about doing a little podcast. Starting our own little podcast and talking about stuff. I mean, you guys know how James loves to talk, so.
Yeah, we might do that, you guys. That's cool, actually, I think that might go first. And then real quick, Mad Cats. We have a few other people. TJ's in the same boat as you, man. And no, Mad Cats is not from Canada. He's actually from France. Have a TJ in here. He's from UK. He just opened up a NinjaTrader account, but I think for him, he has to build up so much capital in his account first before he can trade the ES. He has to stick to micros. And I told him it's actually a really good thing that you can only take 2 contracts out in the micros, because that means you can't blow up your account, right? I told you guys before, a bad day on the ES is like, or the MES is like $50 loss, hopefully, because like I said, it's a tenth of the ES, right? So if you lost $500, it'd be a bad day for you guys. I mean, I've lost a lot more, but it definitely sucks to lose 50 cents like Brad doesn't, like to lose. But it's a good thing because like you can blow up an MES account just as fast as you can blow up an ES account. I've done it before. So the huge margin requirement is actually kind of protection for you, Mad Cat. So I understand there's some fees and stuff like that, but their fees on futures not huge. It's $2 in, $2 out for the ES, and I think for the micros it's like 50 or 60 cents in, 50 or 60 cents out per contract. So if you guys even only took one tick on the ES, right, that's $12.50. $2 in, $2 out on lifetime package. That's $4 total, right, per contract. If you guys trade one contract, make one tick, you're still profitable with $8. You cannot do that with Bitcoin, okay? You can't take a 10 point, 20 point move on Bitcoin and be profitable.
Unless
all
you're
right,
on like 100x low. Yeah.
exactly. And I'm pretty sure there's a fee for you guys to use leverage too. I don't know, to be honest, right? And I don't mess with that kind of stuff because, they don't educate you enough to how to use their system, right? Their whole idea is just basically to get you on there, bait you in with people like CryptoFace, and then just take your money, right? They're gonna just run you guys wild. You're gonna take you to the cleaners because they say, oh, you've seen this guy do it before. This guy's gonna pump our exchange, and then come on over here, throw your money, put your quarters in, and then you're gonna lose the game real fast. Okay, so yeah, we got a bromance, Fraser. So I got dibs. Like I said, find your own battle buddy, you guys. If we do make a podcast, it'll be a little bit of everything, guys. Like it can be just about life, trading. If you guys have questions, topics you guys want to ask us, we can just start a podcast channel in the Discord, and then Brad and I can start recording some stuff and talking about things, and then get C130 on there for all his military experience as well. And then for C130, he came into the mix later, so he met Brad first. They have a love for gaming, right? So Brad's been cheating on me a little bit here and there. Playing some Fortnite, which is even worse, right? And so but that's how C130 and him met, and then I met C130. Me and him just clicked right after. So we after Brad get done playing Fortnite with C130, me and him would talk, right? And I'd be like, listen, you can't have my man. I'm like, this is my guy, right? No, I'm just kidding, guys. Ian, what up, man? Welcome, bro. If from the Army, man, me and Brad were 68 whiskeys. This guy C130, he was a Cav scout. Don't tell anybody. So almost almost as smart as us, right? Yeah, I was trying to trying to make him feel better.
My GT score wasn't high enough for anything else, man. Like, what do you want me to do? Not
I don't believe that. I don't believe that, man. You probably didn't try if your GT score wasn't high because you're smart.
Nah, I had a few other options. It just looked cool. They really did. The video looked awesome, man. It looked like COD at the time. I was young, man.
He's like, where's the horses at, you guys?
Yeah, dude. They showed me. They were like, "Hey, we'll give you airborne." I'm like, "Oh, I'll definitely do that." And years later, I'm like, "Why did I do that?"
Yeah, they gave me for options for like that. You can be airborne cook. You can be airborne truck driver. You can be a medic. You can be a few. And these people at MEPS, dude, they're just giving you the jobs that they have a quota for. They're like salespeople. And I wish I had a good recruiter like Brad before I joined the Army because he would have probably told me what's up. But it's just like anything else in life, guys. You don't ask the questions, you're not getting the answers for it, right? No one's just gonna come out here and say, "Here you go, take this job, do this right here, trade this style, all this other kind of stuff," right? No one's gonna tell you guys answers. You have to go looking for it. So thank you guys for coming in here and finding us because you guys are looking for answers, right? We're here to give you guys as many answers as we can. Eric Smith, yeah, 68 whiskey. It was a 91 Bravo. Yeah, now it's a 68 whiskey with identifier. So Mike 6 is like a LPN. I think before it was like a 91 Charlie maybe or something like that. But yeah, no more 91 series. They're all 68 series, and I don't know what year that happened. But yeah, were you a medic as well, man? I know you're in the military also. Yeah, so we'll get some of that stuff for you guys started, and then this is how we all met to you guys. So, Mad Cat's in Ontario. My bad. You just probably speak French then. Okay, I thought you're in France.
French Canadian.
That's Quebec.
I have a buddy that lives in Ontario and he fucking hates it. He's gonna move to Florida, so I don't doubt that living in Ontario sucks. And the Canadian government's been drinking some of that regulation water from the U.S., so they've just been clapping regulations on like pretty much everything.
Yeah, I'm looking at moving to Costa Rica, you guys. That place looks awesome. Less taxes. Hey, good job, chappies. Let's see here. What else was there a question for? Really need to learn this stuff. Last 6 months, 10 hours a day. I tried. Hey, Poke. That's kind of like how I started as well, right? you hop on, you see some guy on YouTube saying like, you could do this, you can trade this crossover, you can, take my signals and stuff like that, right? They're all they're all scams for the most part, right? Because the whole thing is like they're not trying to teach you anything, they're just trying to get you reliant on something. So if you're out there and they're trying to just sell you a way of doing things, not trying to show you the method and the madness behind it, all right? Just stay away, you guys. They're trying to sell you something, not trying to teach you something. So try and learn something, right? I know, we've all went to high school. Hopefully most of us all hated it, right? I hated school. It was fun to interact with people, but actually going to class was horrible. But you got to keep learning, right? So if you guys want a good job, it doesn't matter if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a day trader, you got to learn something, right? And your tuition for school is already preset. You can shop around, pick the package you want. You can go to Yale first, med school. You can go to Stanford. You can go to community college, then go to your state university, and then apply for med school afterwards. Like you can make it as expensive as you want to, essentially. And same thing with the stock market. You can make your education as expensive as you want to as well. You can find some, decent education, like, right, taking the TPO bootcamp is only $300. You guys can pay, a few $1,000s to take, Jim Dalton's class as well. And I recommend either one, honestly, you guys. I don't care who you learn it from. You'll just have a harder time staying awake for that class. Great guy, though. Like, great guy. He's the originator. He's the godfather of TPO and market profile. But you have to pay something, right? And then you got to actually start trading live, right? And how much you lose is going to be your tuition you're paying into the market, because the only way to actually learn how to do something is to actually do it. So once you start trading, if you guys don't have your mental game on lock, if you guys didn't have any good training prior to jumping in, you can lose thousands, if not, millions of dollars on how large your account size is. And like I said before, your account size does not make you a better trader. You can lose $1 million just as fast as you can lose $1,000 or $100. So you got to learn, right? There's no shortcuts, unfortunately. Just like losing weight, right? You can't just eat a salad one day and lose 20 pounds, right? You got to cut your calories down a little bit, exercise a little bit, hopefully. And then from there, you're going to see, like, if you see a half pound come off a week or a pound or two a month, that's weight you can actually keep off, right? So it's just being consistent with it. And, 12 months later, you're like, shit, if I'd have just done 1 pound a day, I'd be down 12 pounds today. But instead, I'm at the same or even more, because you maybe tried a bad diet and then you just reverted back to your old habits even worse, right? So that's the same way it applies to anything in life, you guys. If you want something out of it, you got to put the same effort into it. So all these people you see out here driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis, unless they just woke up rich, from their parents, they had to work for it somehow too, right? Maybe some got lucky. I mean, like some, less than 1% got lucky and hit the lottery, went to a casino, hit the jackpot, bought Bitcoin for a couple bucks back in the day. Had a stock like Apple that they just kept and held on to, right? But for most of us, we're not going to be that lucky, right? So we're going to have to put in put in a little bit more work and be better than that. And it's going to pay off in the long run too, right? Because if you learn a skill like this, you can keep it around forever. These people get lucky and hit it once, right? They'll probably be broke after a while because they don't know how to manage money and manage risk.
Someone said having Ramon as a battle buddy is tough because you got to make sure he gets out of bed every day.
Where they say
Andy Carlson said
Andy. Oh, thank you, Andis. I try to be right, but I'm not always right.
I'll be using Ninja Trader in the trade room, but I'll have
EXO open too.
I'll have EXO open as well. And then
and guys,
Demacia,
don't get caught up on the charting
RSI,
system.
stock, MACD, none of that shite.
Guys, don't get caught up on the charting system, okay? A profile is a profile, all right? It's just, it's like when you guys walk into Home Depot and you see Ryobi and Makita and you see, DeWalt and you see Craftsman and you see all these other tools, right? Yeah, some are a little bit better than others, but for the most part, unless you are a professional, the tools need to get the job done right. And, if you need a drill, it's a drill. If you want to pay more money for some certain functions, if they benefit you, do it, right? But if you guys are a brand new trader, don't invest all this money unless you actually have the capital to invest, okay? This is the only place that's probably going to tell you not to trade, not to buy stuff, and things like that, right? Because if you guys don't have the money for it, don't be putting stuff on your credit card and taking a loan out for all this kind of stuff, right? Unless you guys actually know what you're doing, don't be trading, because that's how you guys, how you burn your guys' accounts, okay? It's how you guys, take huge losses. It's how you go searching on the internet for the next best thing and things like that, right? Luckily, you guys here are in the best thing, right? So you guys have found it already, and we're happy to have you guys here. And crypto, yeah. So, great. If you want to learn NinjaTrader, that's great. You can use any kind of account you want. So you can be on NinjaTrader, you can be on AMP Futures. Gives you a variety of different software to use. Like I said, if you want, there's other ways to trade the ES, and you can trade it from your, your account on TD Ameritrade if you have one. It's just going to cost more money. So, for example, your contract's going to cost you 12 grand instead of $500 margin in the daytime. The 12 grand lets you hold it overnight. When the bell closes, the 500 you have to get out the same day, at the close of the bell. So that's the only difference between the 500 and the 12,000. Obviously, then the cash size you have to have in your account to trade it. But there's defined, if for you guys, if you're out there, right, and you guys want to just say for some of you guys, I've seen your P&L that you're doing for the day. If you guys are only making like $100 a day or $500 a day on the, if you guys are making, let's put it this way, if you guys are making less than $500 a day on crypto and you're doing it inconsistently, hop over to the futures. Okay, if you guys are looking for just like $500 a day or less and you're not making it, hop over to the futures. For sure, man. Yeah, right. Yeah, so you're gonna do what you gotta do to get into the class, right? I mean, you can make life changes, right? So some people are selling their motorcycle, some people are waking up early, some people are adjusting their work schedule, some people are taking off vacation, some people are asking their boss if they have a longer lunch. Where there's a will, there's a way.
This guy
So
we know,
try it out, guys.
Ross, when he first started trading stocks, he sold a bunch of his tools to get the money to start trading stocks. So
yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, it's like, how bad do you want it? You see all these success stories out there. Well, the unfortunate thing is a lot of people just see the success, right? They never see the grind it takes to get there, right? So the grind to get there is very long, right? And for some people, it's instantaneous. It's like, it's just right away. For other people, that grind is like 10 years or longer, right? You see some of these actors and stuff talking, right? And they go like, oh, I went to every audition. I took this job. I took that job. And then, some people get, a lead role right away. Other people get, a lead role after 10, 15, 20 years, right? So it's all about how bad do you want it, right? So if you guys want to be in the class, you'll find a way. If you guys want to become a trader or risk manager, you'll find a way. So, don't rush into things. Like I said before, you guys haven't been trading up until this point pretty much. So what's the rush? If you guys lose out on another month, another year to become profitable, what's the rush? The market is not going to go anywhere, like I say before, so stop being in a rush to lose money.
Hey, Progressive, what I'd like to, you said that you lost 2K yesterday. Let's review your trade if you don't mind. I mean, you already shared that you took the loss. Let's do like
where was your entry and
yeah, like what can we do to try to
send Brad a message, or maybe if you want to hop in the Discord, man,
or we could even
and
go
talk
over
about your trade
right now if you want.
I could give you permission to the channel if you want to talk about the trade real quick, man, because it'd be easier just to hear it from you. I know typing is pretty hard to do. So if you want to get into the chat, just say yes, and I'll throw you into this the stream chat at the bottom.
Been kicking your own ass all morning. You know what's funny is you say you could buy a bike anytime, right? And so my my sister's fiance is
Not true.
my sister's fiance. Oh yeah, add him to the chat. My sister's fiance just bought another motorcycle. They just had a baby too, but like, they were also both out of work a lot during COVID. And I've been trying to, show them this, but they're very reluctant to do anything about it. But they just bought another Harley, and it's like, what the fuck? Where's the baby seat on that? You guys just have like a 3-month-old. Like, come on.
Hey, Progressive, man, if you want to hop in, man, try and hop in the chat. If you're having difficulties, DM me. I just changed the permissions, so you should be able to just hop in there, click on the stream channel under mods, and you should be able to hop in. And we can start doing this a little more often to you guys, because it is hard to talk and text. We can maybe do like 1 or 2 guests a day, and try and get you guys on the stream as well.
How do you find the trend? So right now we're looking at just the market structure. So we have kind of like this lower distribution area, right? We kind of have like a little mini structure up here, and then another kind of structure down here. This is pretty choppy, and it's been pretty choppy all morning, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people that got stopped out here, stopped out here, stopped out again here, stopped out again here. So you really just want to be looking at a 30-minute chart. No TPO, but buy Harley. Yeah, exactly. And it's my.
So Progressive, go ahead and go into the Discord, the Citadel Discord. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll see a category that says mods, and you're gonna hop into the stream. Just click on the stream. You should be able to be let in. Okay, if not, just message me on Discord.
The time frame is 30 minutes. This is a 30-minute time frame. I only really look at 2 time frames, and that's a 30-minute and a daily. There's no like 24, no 6, no 4 hour, none of that shit.
Mark and index price is Mark. You mean like market? I'm not sure what index is.
Index like the.
Well,
Yes.
it says mark price and index price.
Who said that?
Doinked.
Oh.
Last question says, do you know the difference between mark and index price? Not sure if he's talking like market, but I don't know what the index price would be.
Oh, how it shows on Binance? Basically, it's just showing the difference. So like, how to explain it? It's like the index is like the S&P, right? Where Binance future is the futures, so it's like the mark price versus the index, right? So like if you go on somewhere and just type in Bitcoin, you're gonna get that's gonna be the index price, and then the mark price is taking into account both of like the spot price, right, and the futures price, if that makes sense.
Hey, welcome, man.
What's going on?
Oh, what's up, bro?
Hey, not much.
brother.
Hey, if you got your computer on, or if you're not, if you're listening on another device, just make sure you turn it off, or like what's it called, like the radio,
The radio.
so there's no echo feedback.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Hey, so was there somebody that was asking what the mark price is and the index price?
Yeah.
Did they answer the question?
I'm not sure. I think Brad was covering. Did you get it, Brad? Yeah,
Yeah.
He got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
so
the
tell us
mark price is the.
Oh
is-
no, they
Okay.
got the price there. Yeah. Tell us about your trade though, man. So what happened yesterday? Were you going long,
well,
short? What made you get in?
Hell,
Let's break the
it
trade down
wasn't,
basically.
It was I probably had about 20 or 30 trades yesterday.
Oof.
I was scalping all day, and
Okay.
I was up. And it's mostly XRP and Ethereum and Bitcoin, and they usually run right together. So I usually trade all 3 of them together.
So you're trading 3 at the same time then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And on one of them, on one of the fucking XRP, I forgot to put a stop loss on there, and it fell like, I don't know, it was about $500 fall, and that one really sucked. And then basically just losing $50 here, $100 here, $50 here, $100 here, and it was actually 1,400 last night and about 600 early this morning.
Oh,
So
man.
it's about 2,000 altogether.
So where
Yeah,
you,
I got with Sol. I traded with Sol. I followed Sol all the way up, and I was up like $300, and then it dropped like a rock, and I didn't move my stop loss at that, so I screwed that up. But yeah, and then it was $300, and I was upside down $300.
where
by
was
the time
your
it
Russian.
entry on XRP?
Well, XRP traded between like I think I started at like 65, like low 65, and then it went all the way up to 66. Probably like 66.40 was probably the high. It jumped way up, and then it kind of fell back down all the way back down.
And were you going
But it
long or
traded
short?
between 65 and both, because
Both, okay.
because on especially on XRP, if you look, when it has a huge fall or gain, it immediately goes back the other way. And so if you look at these candles, they're all the same length. They're like two huge candles right next to each other all the way down. And so I try to get back in right away, but I got another issue where I'm out in kind of the outskirts, and I'm in an RV, and I have really shitty internet. And so when I go to get out of a trade, it sometimes will take a good 10 seconds, and the price that I went to get out on is not the price I get, and it can be huge, and it really sucks. And I try to do limit trades, but they don't catch all the time. And then so I do market, but then market. I mean, I'm actually in a couple fights with Bybit right now over a couple of them. One I got liquidated on a trade that literally never even appeared on my trade screen.
I think I remember you telling me about that.
I've heard of some people saying that too, though, as well. But here, real quick,
$8,000.
Ooh, dude, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Before we dig deep into it further, and thank you for sharing, by the way, okay? Because these are lessons that everyone has gone through. These are lessons that I've gone through myself. Brad's gone through, and thanks for sharing it. Because, like, you know, not every day is a winning day, right? And the only way we can learn is to learn from the mistakes, correct? So here, I'm gonna just break this down real quick, and if you have more to say, that's fine. I'm just gonna break what I've heard down already, real quick, okay? So first thing, we'll go to your tools, right? So internet, right? You gotta get that unlocked because this is a whole internet-based business. So if you guys are gonna be trading, make sure your connection's good, and if you don't have a solid connection, make sure you have a backup for your connection, right? So if you guys are trading from like your home internet, your Wi-Fi, or if you, I recommend being plugged into a landline. If you guys are plugged into your Ethernet and that goes out, make sure you guys can tether your phone, right? Use it as a hotspot. So that's gonna be the first thing. Make sure your tools are up and running, okay? The second thing is gonna be, probably not identifying your entries, right? So like, kind of like you're rushing the trades. You said like you're trying to do limit orders, but you're not getting filled. Well, if you're not getting filled, that means like you're not waiting for price, right? So one thing that I've said on stream before and told the other people is that you need to wait for the trade setup, right? Okay, if price doesn't come down to you, that's fine. That's just that's a missed trade. You can look for another re-entry, either higher or lower, based on the market structure. So you have to identify the market structure first and then place those limit orders after, okay? There's a few times that you want to use a market order when you see the big rip, but you got to see it coming, okay? You can't be just trading off of I miss it or got into FOMO a little bit. And that sounds a little bit like FOMO, right? I know you're my buddy out there in Apache Junction, man. I know where you're at. I know what you're going through as far as like internet connection. You got like Cox cable out there and maybe what, Verizon or something like that. So
it's even Cox. It's maybe leaking. It's dial-up.
Maybe looking at getting a 5G iPad or something like that, man. That'd be my recommendation.
No, I actually got this modem. It's a modem router, or I'm sorry, a hotspot router. That's from it's called a Speed Demon, and it's pretty cool. It's a dual
I've heard
SIM
of that before.
and Wi-Fi, and it combines all three together and makes one stream. So they can do 600 up and down. Not that you can get 600, but I mean at least it can.
Yeah. Well, make sure you test it out before it works, right? Make sure it's all up and running, because cell phone can be spotty sometimes too, even if you have good reception in that area, or tower could go down or something like that. So that'd be the first thing right there. The patience, get your tools right. Then you said before that you were up $300, right? And you didn't take any profit. And I've been there before too, guys. Yeah. I've been in a trade where I'm like up $15,000 and I don't take profit. It goes back to zero or negative, which is even worse, right?
Yeah, I remember that day for you.
Yeah, so I'm talking about I was up $15,000 in profit, went down -$7,000, like -7,000, right? So that wasn't a very fun day, guys. Imagine your psychology being up $15,000 and the next thing not even being break even, being -7,500. So recognize your profits, because based on market structure, right? So that's where we should be taking profits at, is built on market structure. If you guys are trading more than one contract or more than one thing, then you can leave one for a runner, right? If that thing breaks the market structure and continues to fall or continues to go up. And then the next thing right there would be how I say before, like a lot of small wins add up, right? Same thing with losses. A lot of small losses also add up to you guys. So recognize, exactly, right? So if when you're trading in the moment, you're like, oh, $50 not much, $100 not much. But when you're losing it, it's a lot, and when you're making it, it's a lot too. So just you got to keep track of all those small wins and losses, right?
Right, and see when you're doing market, with the fees and stuff. So if when you win 100, when you win $100, you win 50. When you lose $100, you lose 150.
Yeah, and see, that's the other thing too, right there. You guys have to know what your break even point is, right? And so, just because you put your stop loss where you got in at, doesn't mean you're gonna break even, right? Because you got those huge fees right there. And pretty much when you guys get out for your stop loss, that's a market order, right? That's no longer a limit order. So if you guys are or if you guys get auto liquidated, right, there's probably a fee for the liquidation and a fee for the market order that transacted on top of that. So that's another thing right there. Also, running with no stop loss, that's just dangerous. I've done it plenty of times before, and you think, oh, it's so far out of the way, your stop loss, or you just don't even have one, and you get taken out at a huge position for a loss, or that thing just runs your account dry and you're auto liquidated, right? So that's another thing to fix right there is no stop loss. The next thing is going to be the 20 trades, right? So you see Brad posting the trades in the thing, right? And I'm not saying just to follow the trade plan blindly, right? But when he posts the trades, right, he posts like 1, 2, 3, maybe different scenarios for you guys to trade, and that's basically 2 or 3 trades in the day or during that time period. So try not to trade so much, because when you're trying to chase the trade, that's how you get caught up, right? And especially when you're going long, short, long, short, long, short, that's how you're gonna mess things up, because you're just chasing the trade, right? And I'm sorry, like to use the example, but I mean I've been there before, and I'm pretty sure half the chat has been there before too, right? But I appreciate you being honest, because this is what you need to hear, this is what the chat needs to hear, and this is what the rest of the community needs to hear as well, right? And thank you so much for being an example. And then the last thing I'm going to tell you is don't trade all 3 contracts at the same time, right? You're trading XRP, you're trading Bitcoin, you're trading ETH. Yes, they're pretty much all correlated, but can your account size handle it, right? And so stick to one market and stick to one market only. And it sucks, right? Because you're going to be in the class pretty soon. I think you're signed up for July 12th, is it? Or
yeah. And I wasn't gonna do any trading until the classes. And I don't know why I didn't know why I even started.
I told you in the thing, right? Not to trade, right?
I know. And I wasn't going to, and I was like, just look at it. Well, I just got on there, and all of a sudden, like, oh shit, look at XRP's really moving, and then all of a sudden, and then if you lose, well, then you got to win your money back. You know what I mean? So then you're in that.
Exactly,
you're in that.
Right?
That's a psychology issue right there. Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Really, I mean, what totally screwed me was that I made the first night that I traded and kind of stuff, and of course I'm using fucking market cipher, so I'm screwed that way too. But I made $2,500 my first night, so of course I thought I was a genius. And then I made about 2 months ago I made 134,000 on XRP in one night. And
is that the one you said you held on to, or you put into something else?
Yeah, well, I took half the money and put it into a bunch of altcoins that are worth 0 now, and then and the rest of the money I've lost just trading.
Okay, so that's another thing for you guys as well, right? For those of you guys that have used Market Cipher or are still using Market Cipher, just like Progressive Martian just said, when you guys are using this, the very worst thing you can do is to hit a winning trade off the bat. That is the worst thing that can happen to you guys, right? That's like winning the lottery the very first time, because you're gonna think it's just that's what's natural, right? And my dad told me the same exact thing. He's like, I wish you didn't make all that money, because he's like, you're just gonna think you can do it all the time, and you can't. And so that's the problem, you guys. If you guys ever bought Market Cipher, if you bought any other indicator before, and you guys hit it right off the bat, you're like, man, I'm a genius, right? And I've talked to some other people in the chat too when we had the TPO, not the TPO, we had the live class, the raffle class. Some people said the same exact thing that you just said, Progressive Martian, is that I got Market Cipher, I got this indicator, and I felt like I was a genius, right? There's nothing I could do wrong, and then just boom, nothing, all that stuff just compounded. Just like these small wins can compound and add up to be big wins, these small losses can compound it up and be huge astronomical losses, right? And also put effect on your psychology too.
Yeah, it's just that I started trading when the market was hot, and so it was just always going up. And so even if you were down a little bit, it's gonna come back around. And then the last 2 months we've been in this sideways stuff, and that Cipher, after last night, it literally does not work. It is 100% does not work in a sideways market.
So there's nothing wrong with hopping into a hot market, right? You just have to realize when is the trend over, right? And that's the huge problem with people in the crypto space, is that they just say everything is just a dip, right? And they don't understand how the market actually works behind the scenes. They're just thinking that the price goes up because they saw Bitcoin go from $100 back in the day when people said to go buy it, and we didn't listen to them, and then now it's up to 1,000, and then same thing before, we said, oh, you guys are fools, and now it went to 10,000, 20, and all the way up to 65,000. And that FOMO is what caused that rise from 20, 30,000 all the way to 65,000, right? Just happened to be a lot of FOMO all at once. Okay, so it's not to say that Bitcoin won't go back to 65 or won't go any higher. It's just that you have to understand why Bitcoin went up and why Bitcoin went down. Okay, and we don't know what the next price action for Bitcoin is going to be. It could go up, it could go down. Who knows? To be honest, okay. more likely it's probably going to go up because a lot of people are hopeful for Bitcoin. But at the same time, too, these people like BitBoy and all these other YouTube personalities, guys, they're just entertainment to watch, right? Even CryptoFace, he's just entertainment. He doesn't know what he's doing. And the sad thing is that people are going onto the stream and they're watching this stuff, him make, X amount of money, and A, don't even know if it's real money, but B, they're thinking that they can do the same thing now, too. So they go buy this $1,500 indicator to go trade, and then they get wrecked, right? And that's the worst thing that can happen to you guys because you just paid all this money for something that you've seen work on, in theory on YouTube before, and it doesn't work now for you guys, right? So unfortunately, that's the problem. But Progressive, I see a lot of holes, man. We can fix, and when you're in the TPO bootcamp, we can plug these holes, man. We can fill them up so that, we can patch them up so they're not getting leaks anymore for you, right? So we can show you the way.
Good.
It's just gonna be. You got to take it, man. I already told you not to trade, right? And you told me you can't sit still, right?
I wasn't going to.
It's better to have that 2,000 in your account, even if it's not doing anything, but collecting 1 penny in the bank versus it gone, right? Because it's like we said before. How much do you have to make if you lose 50% of your account, you guys? So you have to make 100% back, and it's very hard to make 100% back. So just
that's what I was doing. I was trying to chase the money I lost back the whole night, and I just kept losing more and more and more. And I was up till 3 in the morning, chasing it.
I've been there before. I've been there before, man, and like I've dug myself out of those holes sometimes before, and it's it's a shitty feeling because like this 1 hour trade turned into this all nighter, 12 hours or longer. I've been late to work before because of this kind of stuff. It just affects you more than one way or another, right? It's not just your trade; it's your whole entire outlook. Like, if you're married, you might have a bad day with your wife or your significant other. If you got kids, you might be pissed off. You got a dog, you might not take him out, like you should be.
The dog,
it really screws up your psychology, man. So I would just say, just come onto the stream, just watch the stream, watch the trade alerts. If you don't have exo charts or Go charting, just pick one of them up so you can watch on the side, right? And just watch for a little bit. There's nothing wrong with just watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Exo charts. But I was looking on Brad's on his trade pick. So he's only you guys are only moving like 150 bucks. That's like a lot. I mean, that's normally, real heavy leverage or
normally what I'm doing is I'm putting that first take profit at around like 150 to 200 because that's what's going to cover the fees. That way you're able to break even on the trade. And then from there, most of the plays that I post are about 500 to 1,000 in between that area, 500, 750. Most of the plays are around that space.
So those are take. I was thinking those are take profits. All right, so I was thinking that was the end of the trade. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, so those are the spots. Yeah, those are the spots that you want to take profit, right? And then one thing, as you guys were talking, I was listening, and one thing I want to talk about is, ultimately, obviously market cipher doesn't fucking work. We know that. But the real indicator, at all. The real indicator, you guys, is you. Like I say, it's your brain. And so, you can have the keys to success. And, a perfect example is yesterday we saw CryptoFace, use one of his spies to take the trade alert that I put out. He took the short. He was up 40 grand, and then he was like negative 100 grand when he decided to quit his stream because he was so probably pissed off, even though he said he was going to do like a 12-hour stream or some shit. But his brain indicator didn't take profit, right? And that's what you guys, that's what will help you. That's why I recommend these books like Psycho-Cybernetics, Trading in the Zone, One Good Trade. These are books that will help you focus on, just realizing those gains. Yeah, sometimes the trade, you make a trade, and believe me, I've made a trade where I could have made much more, especially today on my oil trade. I could have just stayed in the trade the whole time instead of scalping it down. Or like James and I talk about, if you would have bought one contract back in April on the ES, right now on that one contract you'd be up like 60 grand. So if you would have just bought 10 contracts and then just went away from your computer, you would have had $600,000 and you wouldn't have done shit.
So and you guys are gonna teach us how to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. So
definitely.
So we know this is a a Bitcoin community, but you guys have to realize that trading is trading, right? It doesn't matter what you're trading. You could put a piece of tape over that symbol, and like Brad said, as long as you know how much each tick or each point is worth, what the margins, what the fees are, you guys can trade any market, right? You just need volume and you need price action, right? So you need all this kind of stuff. These are the ingredients that you need for the market. You need to know how structure works, right? And then you need to know what are the nuances, like the tick size, the points, the margin requirements, and things like that. and then you just look at market structure and you find your entries, right? So I have like 10 charts right now. I've got the ES, I got the NQ, I got the Dow, I got the oil, I got Bitcoin, I got gold, I got the Australian dollar, I got the euro, I have the Canadian dollar, I have the Japanese yen, I got the FDAX, the Russell 2000, all pulled up. And guess what? I'm just clicking through the back of these charts and just seeing where are the holes in the market structure, like where can I find a trade at, right? Because not every market is going to look the same. Not, your primary market, whether it's Bitcoin or ES, is not going to give you the trade every single day. And we've been in these tight ranges on ES the last few days. We're making these higher highs, right? We're just pushing up. And these are scary times to be in a market for me, shorting, because there's no ceiling anymore, So you guys have to figure out, what you want to. You guys want to be a trader? Or you guys want to be, just married to Bitcoin? And there's nothing wrong with either one, but you got to learn how to trade
and
either way.
I can show you guys right here. If you look at the stream, right? So these are pretty much the 4 things that I've been watching lately. I've been watching the ES, the FDAX,
and
the NQ, and brain indicator wasn't working. Even MACD is better than the market cipher B. Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, kind of like James was saying, like, it doesn't take very much skill to trade a bull market. That's why, you have all these people that are making all this money. It doesn't take any skill, and that's why now you're seeing a lot of people lose a lot of money because they've never seen a sideways market, especially in the crypto. Most people are just used to shit just going straight up, right?
Hey, real quick, guys. Before I forget, C130, can you put a poll in the chat, please? For having a guest on the speaker. Do people want to do this like on the daily, or maybe every other day have a guest on? Just say yes or no kind of thing. And guys, go ahead and throw one.
I'll give you my horror stories every day.
We'll pick it. We'll try and pick someone different.
I don't have any more.
Everyone throw
No,
one
I'm
into
just
the
kidding.
chat real quick and say thank you to Progressive Martian for opening up and sharing a story, because it takes a lot of guts, right, to come on stream and first of all just be talking to an open audience, and then secondly to be talking about a loss, right? But we want to turn those losers into winners, Progressive. So like I said, don't trade right now. Come to the TPO Bootcamp like you're already signed up for. Learn the stuff, and then give it a go, and you're gonna see it a whole new light, I hope, and I hope you catch on right away, because honestly, this right here, guys, you guys are already dedicated. You guys are staying with us through all these changes in the Citadel, and we appreciate you guys. So go ahead.
I'm one of those
and,
smart idiots.
Hey, it's okay. You recognize I'm the same way too, man. We're all hard-headed. We all have different levels of thickness in the skull, right? But we all have that, that brain inside there. So we just need to turn it on and make sure it's working every day, right? So thank you so much for sharing, man. And do you have any closing words or any advice or anything for the rest of the audience, man?
Well, I would just tell everybody not to buy Market Cipher. I mean, literally everything that's on Market Cipher is on TradingView for free anyway.
Classic.
And I don't know why people aren't seeing that. It only took me like a week to figure that out, and it's like, but yeah, it does not work at all. I mean, there'd literally be a blood red diamond and everything pointing down, and it'll shoot straight up, and on the next candle or wick out the opposite way. So
if you guys remember when back when Bitcoin was at 41,000, it was kind of like right when I jumped on the channel, everyone in the crypto space was saying that we're going to go back to 50K. And, I was telling Ramon and I was telling, Voldemort also, like, hey, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. And, that's where CryptoFace took his huge position. He said on BitBoy's channel that he took a 40% long position at 39K, 40K. And I was telling them it's going to go down. And, they had all these fucking things going up. But, because they don't understand the market structure, it didn't happen. I mean, it's just like James saying that it's going to go down to, what he said,
25,000.
No, well, you said 32.9.
32.9, yeah.
And I mean,
back to 34.
It literally clicked to the tick, right? And that's just pure market structure. James doesn't even fucking like Bitcoin.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it to trade just because the exchanges are ass, right? So everything, like I said, they're just raping you guys on fees, right? And I don't agree with that kind of stuff because, like I said, you got people over there that are pushing you guys to these exchanges, and they know damn well that what's going to happen. You guys are going to go there, get your accounts wrecked, and they're going to still make money off these trades that you guys are placing, right? So if you guys want to trade on Bybit, go ahead and sign up on our account. At least the money go back into the Citadel. We'll use this stuff, for more tools to get better equipment, so I don't sound like shit every time I get on the mic. But my recommendation, guys, just stop trading on Bybit for now. Stop trading on Binance, whatever it is you use. If you have to trade, if you're gonna do it. Try one of our referral links out at least. At least help us out instead of these other idiots that have suckered you guys in along the way. Because I'm gonna tell you guys all the time not to trade. Okay. And Progressive Martian Man, thank you again so much. He's from my home state, Arizona. So next time in town, man, I will hit you up for a beer. My buddy owns this place called what's it called? Gold Rotter Brewery. They just opened up a new one in East Mesa, so we can meet over there for a beer if you want. Let's see.
So one of the things good morning, 2 markets I for dislike here. Hey, long and short, thanks for the videos, bro. My son is he's addicted. He's like, he's just sitting out here. He's probably long and short sent me these puzzle videos, like this guy that makes his puzzles out of wood, and Curtis, he's always like looking to learn to build shit. So
yeah.
He's over there spinning his fidget spinner and trying to learn, right? He's always looking to learn. But so what I want to talk about, so this is how I kind of set up my morning, right? So I take a look at the profiles, right? Look back a little bit, see the profiles, see if I see any setups coming, right? I see this, this big support right here. And so I'm looking for the market to come down to this level, see how it acts, see if I want to catch a long from there, right? If I don't see anything there, take a peek at the FDAX, right? Obviously, I haven't really looked at the FDAX today. You don't see any levels on my chart. I was looking at the NQ. I missed it, because we were on stream. I was looking to short this G bottom when the A period opened up, but kind of missed it, but no big deal. It's on the split. Oh, it is. Okay. And then take a peek over at oil, and this is I gotta get rid of that. I added that thing that you like, James. I gotta get rid of it. This is the thing that James likes. It shows you all this
what is that
information, the flood meter.
Oh yeah, it depends on it has its what's it called? It's places, guys. On the ES, it's not so good just because they do a better job of hiding their orders. They make it like 50-50 on the bid and the ask. When it comes to oil, though, they're like I said, they're not hiding their size very well. So,
what I recommend you trade Ush is a sim.
Yeah,
that's what I recommend. I recommend everybody trade the sim, right? Until you're comfortable and profitable, right? I understand.
You guys shouldn't trade the sim at all, actually, until you take a class or learn how to trade. Because
you should just be watching.
You're gonna have bad habits already built in, right? So just because it's fake money, like I said, it's not practice makes perfect. It's perfect practice makes perfect, you guys. So if you guys are trading with fake money or taking bad trades already with fake money, you're gonna take bad trades with real money too. And also, man, yeah, I'll hit you up, man, because like I said, I got some stuff. I left some guns with my buddy. I gotta go pick them up in Arizona, so I will definitely hit you up when I'm there if you're not in South America by then.
Yeah, and huh? Okay. It was really good. Okay. He just finished one of the videos, long and short. He said it was really good. So, one thing that I was looking for on oil today, right? If we look at the profile, we kind of just ripped up all morning, right? If you look at oil, we're kind of on a tear. Then A period opened up, and then started to come down, right? And then B period hit all these singles, and then where I shorted was I shorted a little bit when B broke A, and the reason being, if you look, we have this market structure here, right? It looks a little bit different because I have everything really small on here, but we have this previous market structure, and so this is where I was looking to get short, and price just broke through. And where did I take profit? At this lower market structure, right, where we see here. So I took a little bit of profit off right here, let it run down back to here, and then got back in, and I actually got stopped out when it came up to these singles. I took a short position here expecting it to come back down here. It popped up, I got stopped out, so I waited for it to come back down, waited for it to form here, shorted again, and shorted back down to here, and then I haven't made another trade. And so that's kind of that's what I'm looking for. Is when I'm scanning through these charts, I'm looking for something to show me a little bit of market structure and see where I can, play off of that market structure. And if nothing's showing me market structure, right? If I get on and the market is not looking good to trade, then I just won't trade, right? You don't need to trade. That's the thing a lot of people think is, oh, since I'm on the computer, I must place a trade or else I am not a trader, right? One, I don't like to call myself a trader anyways. I like to call myself a risk manager. And two, that's just not true, right? Managing risk is what's gonna let you stick around in this racket compared to just forcing a trade, right? And there's days, like Progressive was saying, where he's taking 30 trades a day, and I've done I've done the same, right? There was one day I think it was like 50 or 60 trades I made in a single day, right? And I ended up making money that day, but I paid in commission like 10% of what I made, right? Which is just crazy. If you're paying 10% commission, you're making too many trades, right? And I think James has been in that situation as well, where he's done something similar.
Yeah, I made like $5,000, paid $500 as well, like 10% commission.
Yeah, it's just like,
But that's why I tell you guys, it's better though to, like I said, just even if you paid. So if you out of every $12 that you make in profit, if you had to pay $4 to win, right? That's basically a 33% payment towards commission. But I would take that over trying to go for a 10-point trade every single time and then losing out on it, right? So it all depends on your trading style. There are people out there called high frequency traders, right? There are people out there that are market makers. They take 1 tick, 2 ticks points, right? They're in and out of the market super fast. Your trading style, it can be anything you guys want to. You guys can trade a fast market. You guys can be in and out of trades, take 1, 2 ticks here and there, or you guys can wait for the better setup and take the longer trade, right? But either way, you guys, you have to stick to a style and you have to perfect that style before you try to trade something else. Because if you guys are trying to trade something else, just like if you're trying to trade 2 or 3 markets at once, or if you're trying to trade, a long chart and a short chart at the same time, because you guys are looking for confirmation on these time frames and all that stuff, which is not a thing, by the way. You guys that's how you guys are gonna ruin your accounts. Okay. I got one other question over here too by Tank Emptier. How do they hide orders? So they don't hide orders. What they do is they piece orders in, right? So like say for Bitcoin prices at right now, what is that at? It's at 33,464. So they're not going to put all their orders right there at 33.4, saying they want to buy there. They're going to either just leave a few there, leave a few below it, leave a few below that. And then when they're ready to buy and they see the right time, they're going to mark it in, okay? And, usually size doesn't mark it in. Size will just sit there and wait, Size doesn't have to do anything. They just wait for price to come to them. That is a patient trader. That is how you trade, is you wait for price to come to you. You don't chase price, okay? Retail chases price. Some prop firms will chase price. Some hedge funds will chase price. And they'll actually be pushing price usually, not really chasing it. Retail is usually the only chaser. But some prop firms out there, some hedge funds, they don't know how to trade either. They're just people with big bankrolls that trick people into giving them their money and made a good trade once in their life possibly too. But not everyone out there is a professional. That run these prop firms and hedge funds. They go in and out of business all the time. You guys. They have one bad day, one bad week, and then they get basically out of the business. Until they find someone else to give them the money next time. So, you gotta find the way you want to trade, and you gotta stick to it and be consistent. The whole entire thing, even in life, is being consistent, right? You show up to this class one day, you get an A on your test, you studied for it, for 3 hours. The next day, the next test you didn't study for it, and you get a C, and you go, what happened, right? Well, you changed. You didn't study for the 3 hours like you did before, and maybe you don't have to study for 3 hours. Maybe you can study for just 2.5 hours or 2 hours, and get it down to be more precise and be more efficient, right? But at the same time too, is you gotta work your way up to something, and once you find what's there, then you can start going, okay, well, I could just trade for this hour instead of the 2 hours. You can start tweaking and tuning things once you get to a place where you're comfortable at. Okay, so get there first, and then start tweaking and making changes. Okay, but in the beginning, you guys can get a blueprint of how to trade, right? How to do things the way we would do them, and if you guys want to follow that, that's up to you. Okay. But like I said, you can have a blueprint on how to make $1 million in 10 years, or you can have a blueprint on how to lose $1 million in a year. It's up to you guys how you want to trade.
how many straight days without a loss? I'm not sure. I'd have to look in my book. I had I had a terrible either. I think it was March. I think March is when I had a pretty terrible month. It was either March or February. I can't remember. But it had me shook. I took a week off of trading. If you remember that, James, like I was just like,
Yeah.
I was so frustrated. It's almost like, it's almost like I fucking took a blue pill or something. I just couldn't get my head straight. And it was, and the thing is it happened right after I had a huge win day, right? So I had a huge win day, and then the next day I had a decent sized loss, and then the next day I had another loss, and then that snowball effect just started happening, and I just started fucking losing over and over. And so I was like, you know what, I just gotta stop. So I just decided to call it, and I think it was February. I think I took the last week of February off. The
market was just ripping up, and we're trying to short it the entire time.
Yeah,
that was a bad month.
Brad's gay as straight days. That was a big thing for me. Is I was just kind of getting my ass kicked, and so I was just like, you know what, I need to refocus. Started hitting some meditation, started rereading some books, started focusing on stuff. It was just ever since then I've been doing fairly well. The crypto has kind of just been like a little bit of cream on top. Some of these crypto trades, because you just it's so easy to stay patient with crypto. One, because if you don't, you're just going to get tore up, but two is just that the way that it sets up is, if you just stay patient and wait for it to happen, then eventually it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like that short trade that we were waiting for, it took all day. I posted that trade at 5 a.m. in the morning, and it didn't happen till overnight, right? My phone started buzzing, and I woke up, hit that meme that Crypto Chemist always posts, where like the guy gets out of bed and he's already in a suit and a computer. So just pick up my laptop from my side table next to my bed, and set it up, do some market analysis real quick, look at the structure, and then get in the trade. But
so see the feedback you guys on about having a guest, and then thank you again for Progressive being the first person on there and sharing the story, man. I see you guys want Crypto Chemist on here, and definitely we can get him on here. So maybe Friday or something like that, we'll set up some time to get Crypto Chemist on here. So maybe do this like on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays or something like that. It's just I know it's like hard to text right in the chat, and you guys have a lot to say sometimes. So if you guys have good questions that you want to ask, you can go ahead and DM me, or if you guys have a trade review, like say for you have the entry, the exit, your profit target, your reasons for getting in the trade, and you want to discuss that on the stream, then I think it'd be nice to take like 5 or 10 minutes a stream and just go over trades, right? Because a lot of people don't have a reason to get into the trade, right? Their reason is price went up, price went down, right? It's not because it broke structure. It's not because it was at a high volume node. It's not because is the previous low or previous high was a close of the yesterday, things like that, right? There's no reasons for people to get in on a trade other than just price was moving. Price is going to move all day long, guys. So you guys have to find out where your best entries, your best profit targets are going to be, and where to place those stop losses based on market structure. Okay. So like I said, please don't trade anymore until you guys come to the TPO Bootcamp. Same thing with the live trade signals. Okay. That's the stuff that Brad is looking at and taking. You guys don't get 100 trades a day, right? You get, a few trades a day. Depends on how wild and crazy Bitcoin is acting that day. Determines on whether if you get 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 trade alerts, right? We only trade what the market shows us on the thing. We cannot create the market. We're just reacting to the market, okay? We're reacting and we're planning. And then we're always pivoting on these plans, right? Because things change in real time. So just like anything else. So like I said, stop trading. Come to class. If you guys haven't signed up for TPO Bootcamp, please sign up, okay? If you guys want to take the August class, DM me for the discount. There is no discount for July. July's class is already built in for the discount. You get 2 free months of live trade rooms starting August 2nd to December 31st. That's the total of 5 months of the trade room. You guys are only paying for 3 months of that because it's $150 for class, $150 for the live trade room, and those 2 months are free, so it's $100 off. Okay. We have a few more slots left over for July 26th. Go ahead and hop into it. I have a few people that didn't pay for the 19th and 12th, so I'm moving some other people around. So once I figure out if these other people want those classes, I'll move them into them, and then we might have some more, 1 or 2 classes pop up on the 19th or 12th on the website. So if you guys are not on the website, check it out. And if not, we will just open up those 26 classes, okay? So like I said too, if you guys are in the July TPO class, you guys will be locked in for life or however long you decide to stay with us at $50 a month for the live trade room. Like I said, I'm probably going to up the price on the live trade room because we're already going to have 150 to 200 people in there, so it's going to be pretty packed and pretty crowded. So price to be determined on the monthly plan for everyone starts in August and after, okay? So appreciate you guys for sticking around with us and being here every single day and giving us your time, right? So we're trying to give you guys value for your time. When you guys come into the boot camp, you'll get more value for your time as well. All right. So that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna get off right now. I'm gonna go back to bed. Actually, I'll probably get a workout, then go back to bed. Thank you guys so much for being on stream today. Thank you again, Progressive Martian, for coming on. I really appreciate you, man. Sharing a story. It takes a lot of guts, a lot of cojones, balls, man, to come on here and say stuff like that. And none of this stuff was pre-planned, or we didn't ask, we didn't compensate for anything. He just came up here and told us how he felt about the trade and told us how he felt about Market Cipher. Okay, and a lot of you guys have come over here from Jason Casper, Market Cipher's Discord or from the streams. We're happy to have you guys here. Please say hi in the chat if you guys are brand new. Please join the Discord. The link is in the description. You guys are going to learn how to actually trade and not just go off of these bad signals and this bad information that these two are putting out. Okay. So like I said, bad info, bad information, it's not a good combination. So thank you guys and have a good day.
All right, guys. With that, we'll wrap it up. I'll be in the Discord today. Pretty much just chilling. Just got some yard work to take care of at some point today. It's about 1,000 degrees outside at my house, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I might just wait till the evening, knock it out when it gets a little bit cooler. But I'll be around in the Discord, just messing around. Still waiting for a couple of spills on the ES. It kind of looks like it wants to go down some more. Wasn't able to take out that overnight high, and it has a poor high, and so kind of want to see if it's gonna sell off a bit. Yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you are managing that risk and sticking to your trade plan, and we will see you guys